Welcome back, Dungeoneers. It's Sunday afternoon, and that can only mean one thing. Wait for it. It's time to play Dungeons & Dragons.
Ah, Sam, I got it wrong.
You're watching Dice and Dungeons, and I'm here at the table with...
I'm David Wong. I play a cat or something.
I'm sorry, Ansul. I play Nicole Bates, human player.
I'm Greg. And at the moment, I am not Usurp Robert. I am Ulset Ralph, the Furbog fighter.
What?
What? What?
Well, are we going to play or what?
I'm sorry. You two killed me. I'm Alexis Bates. I'm supposed to be the dungeon mistress, but I think I just died.
Does that mean we win?
Between I play a cat or something, and then I'm sorry, on stool, I'm playing Nicole, human player. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Oh, God. Okay. Great. I'm glad we're off to a rousing start.
That's the intro.
Did I derail everything yet?
Not yet. Nope, now you did.
Whew. Okay. That really sent me over. All right.
Are there any announcements?
There is one announcement for our sponsor, Geekified. But before I start doing the announcement, I need to pull up the information that I got in Discord from the owner of Geekified Iowa, Andrew, because they have a new website. So I want to make sure that I give the correct URL. And there it is. Okay. So we are, of course, sponsored by Geekified. Geekified is a tabletop gaming store out of Vinton, Iowa that takes online and in-store orders for all of your tabletop role-playing game needs. So if you're... I think this one's going to be broadcast after Christmas. So if there was someone who, instead of getting you the wonderful new Strixhaven expansion that you're hoping for, got you some crappy NFT, you can head on over to their new website, geekifiediowa.com is their new website. We don't yet have a discount URL for us. They're still building that out, but they have the new website up. So if you want to pick up that Strixhaven book or any other tabletop games to fill that hole that was left in you by the crappy gift giving of your crypto moronic cousin, head to geekifiediowa.com. That's the new URL.
Do you think they're just giving away monkeys?
I mean, if you right-click save, yeah.
That's a cyber crime, and that's the worst kind of crime.
You wouldn't download a car.
But if I could.
Full disclaimer, I would absolutely download a car.
I mean, yeah, who wouldn't? So I think that's the only announcement. We do have a giveaway worked out, but we don't have the actual materials we're giving away yet. So if we have them by the time this airs, I'm going to stitch that in now. And we're back, maybe.
I really hope you didn't.
That was
actually have
maybe a great promo you did.
It was maybe a really awesome thing. Yeah. So I think that's the end of the announcements and a wonderful giveaway, maybe. Yeah. And yeah, with that, Dungeoneers, let's roll. Last week, on Dice and Dungeons, after venturing into the heart of the ancient changeling city, believed to be Unrista, the party discovered amazing materials that they could, if only temporarily, shape with their minds.
And a hat.
Which Nines immediately proceeded to get himself trapped behind.
I got a free hat.
Yes, you did. Well, free is, you didn't pay money for it.
No, you cost me a chime rope.
Hey, you have anywhere between 1 and like 9 more of those, so.
Between none and 8.
Well, if it was none, the chime of opening would have shattered. So you have at least 1 charge left.
You can use that to save me next time I do something stupid.
Anyway,
So,
in the center of Unristo, a grand ziggurat stood that was illuminating what Soria believed to be the history of the changelings. Although there were parts of the tale that she did not know. When the party had gazed upon the illustrated history, the ziggurat lit up and began to illuminate other parts of the city. And so, the party went on an illuminated plaza and solved a puzzle there.
did you chuckle to yourself when you wrote that?
No, I didn't.
Oh.
Allowing them to venture deeper into the ruins. They descended down the stairs that they had revealed in the plaza to an underground area, which is where we rejoin our party now.
Just to let you know, I have equipped my night vision goggles and my sneaky boots.
Good to know. It is not dark down here, though.
Nonetheless, one never knows when the lights might go out.
At the, where's the light coming from?
It seems to be spots in the walls and ceilings, but the walls might actually be emanating a glow themselves. It's not quite as bright as daylight. Like, it's dimmer down here than it is in the open square above, but it's far from dark.
All right, well, wait. Is the captain with us?
Yes, I'm
Okay.
here.
Why don't you go ahead?
If that is what you desire.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, escort us to safety. But that's what we're paying for, I think.
Among other
yeah.
things. Like room and board we never get.
There are a lot of boards on the ship.
I'm going to be...
So can we see where we are?
We're in the
You said
hallway.
it's light, so what is a hallway?
Let me get in here a little bit. And I'm going to show you this space that you're in now.
Mm.
That small room is where you are. It's rectangular. And you'd say it's probably 50 feet long.
Big room.
I'd like to look around and see if there's anything in here.
Especially anything valuable.
Or deadly rooms.
That hurt to look at.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I'm pulling up the description here. Okay. In this room, behind you sits only the spiral staircase that leads to the statues above. That's kind of the end of this, so
Back of the room.
yeah, it's the back of the room. Inside of the room, there are many, well, slabs, used as tables. They're stone in appearance, and as far as you can tell, feel. The couple that are around you feel fairly stone-like. And they're about table height. There are scuff marks on them, but otherwise they appear to be in fairly good shape. There are shelves in the wall, made of the same smooth material as the buildings above, and they appear to be integrated into the space. There's no seams between the wall and these shelves. All the shelves are empty, save for some dust and bits of random materials. Stray scraps of cloth and strings. It looks like there might be some old nests
Tree
of
strings?
maybe rats, mice, possibly some birds nestled into corners. Point being, there's not much of interest on any of the shelves in this room. And that's what you see.
Flame mortal room, let's leave.
All right, go ahead. I'll follow behind.
I pick up
Captain, go ahead.
I take the strings and give them to Nines.
Okay.
Here are some strings.
You wander around the room. One thing I did forget to mention, on the far end of the room, there is a doorway that leads into a hall. And you can see the hall through this doorway. You now have, I don't know, a handful of strings of various lengths.
Put them in my pocket.
Okay.
Is there a door?
The poison bucket?
There's no door.
It's just
It's just an open doorway.
You do not need to pick this lock.
I don't remember if I took it out of my pocket.
I'll pick it anyway.
There's nothing to pick. I guess you know.
Outside of your
Things
nose.
You can
open.
pick your nose.
You did an excellent job. That was very fast. Zoya has become adept at picking locks that are not there.
I do love, there was in Quest for Glory, you could practice your lock picking by picking your own nose, but you had a chance of killing yourself doing it.
Well, if you unlock your nose, there's probably a lot of problems that awaken from that.
Good to know.
Go, moving on.
There's a fun fact. Open the
Where do you-
door.
There's no door to open. It's
I already opened it.
We go. The captain goes through the door that isn't there,
okay.
and we follow.
I opened it so well it disappeared.
Okay.
Better not be anything
Just making
dangerous in
sure
here.
that I'm updating the map.
Turn around the
Here.
corner, 15 owlbears. Angry, ready to kill.
I think I can negotiate with them.
Okay.
There's a bunch of doorways.
When you look to your left, right, and even straight ahead of you, there are doorways. There are a total of 4 doorways on the side of the hallway that you are leaving this room from. There's one doorway directly across from you, and this hall continues farther down, both to your left and right, and they sort of angle away southward.
We should probably check out all these rooms.
And you can see what could be a doorway, could be a hallway down towards what would be your left or eastward.
Choose a room.
Straight ahead.
Straight ahead.
Ooh, it's a room, much like the room we just left.
Different because it's not the same.
Pull up the
can
description
tell.
for that room.
Can we?
No,
Well,
we
wait
may
to
be
see.
lost already.
All right.
Roll a sanity check.
In this room, you find several desks in it and a large conference table. There are papers scattered all about, and it appears to be some sort of administrative room, as far as you can tell. There are actually skylights above that let the light pour in and fill the room. So it is very well illuminated.
I'm going to look at the papers. Is there anything written on them?
Yeah, the writing's kind of faded. It's been exposed to air most of this time, however long the city has been abandoned. But there's writing on it.
Can I read it with my language skills?
Just with your native understanding of
Sulani.
Sulani. There are a few symbols that look like symbols in the Sulani text. You can't read much more than that. To give you an idea, something comparable to our own world, it would be like looking at 11th century English writing. We can read some of it, but the structure of it makes very little sense. And at that point in English literature, punctuation had yet to be invented, or much less applied, even in the few cases where we had it. So it's sort of that kind of effect. And I don't mean to imply that this language has no punctuation, but I'm just trying to give you the gist of what this feels like. You can recognize parts of it, but it's very alien to you still.
They wrote a lot of shit about you on 9. Tabaxi 9s.
I don't believe you. Wait, inside.
I look under the table.
I'm not trying hard
You
to
find
lie.
some dust
Well, I
bunnies.
rolled an 8, so.
I'm sure you can tell.
Are they cute?
Could be cuter. They have some mold on it.
Ew.
It's fairly humid in the jungle environment, so
I don't take the dust bunnies.
okay.
Can I wild shape into a dust bunny now?
No,
Is that a beast or a construct?
it is it's an object.
So I can minor illusion one.
Oh, you could definitely minor illusion a dust bunny.
Good to know.
Shall we pick another room?
Let's check another room. You want to go to the right where there are 2 rooms, or to the left where there's one?
Let's go to the one directly behind us.
How about as a
I know. And then we turn around
as a
and
pol-
come back to this one.
if you're okay with it, as a policy, I'd like to take every 10 minutes to ritual cast detect magic, so I just have it up all the time.
I think that's a good idea.
So can we? Obviously, it'll slow our progress down, but
Someone
Yeah,
doesn't
what's
really
the-
want to save the changeling.
How long does it take to ritual cast that? Because usually I'm not that concerned with the time on a ritual cast.
I think any ritual cast is 10-minute casting time.
Okay, so that's what I figured, which means that
Will take twice as long.
yeah. So every 10 minutes you stop and take 10 minutes.
Yeah.
But we can just say time passes. Well, sorry. Can't.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. Otherwise, the audience would get bored. We'd have to fill it with something.
I'm just trying to figure out
nonsense.
how this affects
sing.
my
Oh, you
storytelling.
don't.
9 doesn't sing.
Because that is a significant amount of time that you are taking.
That's true. And there are bad guys with my people.
I feel that it's only fair to remind you that, because you can do that, and I will definitely allow it and like account for it, but although there isn't a definitive deadline here, there are forces working to
Maybe
stay
I'll
ahead.
hold off and only ritual cast it when there's clearly something.
Yeah.
Like when it's not just administrative papers.
Yeah. Well,
That's where the real magic happens.
let's go back out into the hall. And
Go across the way.
And go back
Go
up the
back.
stairs.
Let's go to the one to the left.
Yeah, because there's one room there.
The single room.
Okay, just want to make sure we're talking about the same one. You're talking about
Yes.
that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll go west. Journey west.
We can check for traps. I want to check for traps.
You want to check for traps?
Yeah.
Okay. Where do you want to check for traps? Just along that hallway in this room?
Just on the inside, on both sides of the wall, on the inside of the door.
Looking for like tripwires and claymore mines.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, before walking into the room.
Go ahead and make an investigation check.
Just actual claymores.
Yeah.
Got a room full of
Oh,
claymores.
I forgot to guidance. Yeah.
It wouldn't have helped. 5.
We're
You
fine.
don't see any booby traps or
Yep, definitely trapped.
anything like that.
Okay.
So the captain gets
So the
hurt. We don't even know his
captain
HP.
goes ahead.
I'll walk in
Okay.
and look around.
All right. In this room, you see shelves similar to what you saw in the room you entered through. These shelves are actually filled, and they're covered with fairly moth-eaten fabrics. Some are quite clearly robes that look fairly ornate. Definitely not functional everyday sorts of robes, but ceremonial. Others are simple cloth coverings. They look like they might even be large enough to cover some of the statues up above. It's not very heavy fabric, but what's left of just about anything here is very worn and would likely disintegrate simply by moving it.
Yeah. Are any
Can I
better
say
than
moving it?
Sure.
Can I do that?
I mean, you pull one off. Do you want any particular one you want to pull off?
No, just
Just the nearest one?
If any of them are magic, they wouldn't have degraded, so
Okay.
well, this is a really crappy magic.
yeah.
You pull off one of the larger cloth coverings. And as you pull it down, the cloth that you grab just sort of gives way. And it doesn't really like stick to you. But it doesn't stick to any of the other
Rub it on the
pieces of
armor.
cloth either.
Come on.
All of its rigidity and adherence to itself has long since passed, and you don't move the rest of it. You just pull off the bits that you touch.
Are there any that aren't rotten?
No. This whole room seems to be perhaps coverings for different events. It's clearly some sort of supply room, as far as you can tell. Nothing in here seems to be of real value, at least, from a monetary.
Well,
The only kind that's worth paying attention to.
let's check the next closest room.
Yep. Back out in the hall, turn left.
Left and go 2 doors down.
Right? Make sure that.
Ooh, notes.
Good
Let
remembering
me make
that we'd
sure that
already
we are
been
on
there.
the same one here. Talking about this guy?
One closer. Yeah. That one.
All right. Just making sure. As you approach this room, what is... Okay, what? Sorry, you have the highest. What's your passive perception?
17.
You hear this. You hear some noises from the inside of this room.
Before we get to it.
Yeah.
What? Sonia needs to learn. She needs to teach us the language first.
There's someone in there.
Are they bad guys?
Did they sound bad? I think the only people in the city are the guys we're at.
Well,
Well, let's beat them up.
Okay.
let's have Captain, you who are Captain,
Yes.
whatever your name is today.
You can call me whatever you please.
You who are Captain, whatever you please.
Yes.
Could you take a peek around the corner into the room from which there are noises?
Of course. Let's see here. So, you're just having him do a scout and report?
Just tell us what's in there.
Okay.
Hopefully nothing bad.
He slowly inches his way down the hallway and then plops down next to the door and pokes a small mirror around the corner and angles it around, looking to see what's in there. Then he, for a moment or two, observing, pockets the mirror and shimmies back as quietly as possible towards you all. Makes hardly any noise doing all of this. It looks to be there's... I saw 3, but there could be more. The angles of the room covering up corners. And there's weapons and things.
They suspiciously inconspicuously dressed.
I wouldn't put it that way, but they're certainly part of the group that we encountered on the outside.
Do you think we can get past the door without being seen?
It's possible.
I feel like we should subdue them because if we get quiet, then they're just behind us.
Oh,
Let's go beat them up. Well, Seth, cut off their arms.
No,
you may disarm them?
Just take their weapons and tie them up. Why don't... Let's get a view of the situation and sneak, because if we can maybe surprise them, but if we are not, if we fail to sneak anyway, we're fighting anyway, so we might as well.
might as well try to sneak.
Yeah.
I adopt ruin stance just in case and unsheath my weapons because
Okay.
things.
Wait until the last second to ignite your sword, though, because that would give us away.
It would be bright and shiny and
Yeah.
fiery.
If they're grouped up, I can try and fairy fire them to give us an advantage to start things off.
Huh. It's as I'm preparing for the potential combat, the encounter is no longer delivering your character names. So you are just player characters A, B, C, and D.
Player character C, you follow me. Player
Yep.
character A, get ready.
Am I player character cat?
Yeah. You can be B for Bulg.
Yeah. Let me see.
For Bulg.
Yep, I can correct this because this is going to be very confusing for me if I don't.
Whatever you say, DMA.
Alright.
Technical difficulties.
I'm gonna make sure that my boots of farting are off before we start sneaking. Just double check that.
I have my sneaky boots on already.
Yeah, those are actually good boots.
Yeah. I have to pay money for those. Unlike the ones
Just
that you get.
find them in the mud.
I had to turn into a badger for these. They're probably still horribly mud caked, actually. I don't think I cleaned them. I just
They're magic. They can.
just magically, they're not gleaming though.
Yes, they're farting shoes. I forgot. Did it make the smell too?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's conjuration.
Well, technically, you don't need to take them off. You just have to not pump them up.
Yeah.
Unless you've just been pumping them up as we're just walking in
Alright.
places.
Alright.
It might be, like one of those
Like-
self-winding watch things where every step you take, it just pumps it.
No, I like to imagine that's the ritual for the ritual cast.
It's pumping for 10 minutes.
And
For one fart.
button.
Yeah.
Well, what's the pump to fart ratio?
Well,
That's why.
how many can you do in a minute? You could probably do like,
If anyone has the pump shoes, find out how many you can do in a minute and post it in the comments.
so that we can calculate how many pumps you need for a single fart.
Yes.
I don't know why it is choosing to do that, but some update they have made to the site has caused the preset of 4 player characters at level 5 for some reason
So we leveled
Thank
up.
you.
Oh,
to be the standard. So I went and changed that.
Oh. You're not level 5 anymore.
we lost 2 levels.
Fleeting moment.
That's okay. I'd
But
really
it seems
crappy
to be continuing to
Point
Oh,
update.
I thought for a second I'd be able to turn into a crab finally. Or an otter.
I thought it'd be good at music for once.
Okay, I thought that would change it, but it did not. So, I am gonna.
Just trust us when we say we did a certain thing.
No, I'm going to assign you all, and I'll need a little help. Because it's just not working with me right now. You, Nines, are going to be player character A.
Cat.
Nope. I already wrote A.
Okay.
Okay. Ulseth will be player character B. Soria will be player character C.
We changed them.
And the captain will be player character D.
And we're all level.
For
For some reason,
the
it's
captain.
just
The
not
captain.
working.
I love you, technology.
Now, what's your next move?
We're sneaking up to the door to get a view of what's going on.
All right. I need you three to roll a stealth check.
Oh, before I do that,
Mm-hmm.
should I turn into a jaguar to be? But then I'd lose my. I'll just try and sneak with magic. Make me better spell. Guidance.
Okay.
Oh, I did pretty good.
14.
I also got 14.
I got +1, 21.
Okay. Are you all lining up on one side, or are you taking like two on a side, three,
No,
one?
the side from which we came.
Yeah.
Okay.
Zoria's in front. No, the captain's
It's her
in front.
plan.
Yeah, I'll be in front.
Okay. So I've got an image of basically the four of you boop, 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 boop,
We're in
poking
V-
your
we're
heads
in
up
V-
around the corner.
We're in. Yeah.
I saw what the captain did, and I actually do have a mirror I've never used.
Okay.
So I'll take a look with my mirror.
Okay. You see 4 in there.
Or what?
Look to be dwarves.
How are they spaced?
Well, I'm gonna hand you. It's 4. Place them. Place the blue one in between the two tents.
There's not a blue one. This one?
Yeah.
Purple.
Oh, is that purple? Place the green one, sort of by the chest closer to you.
Okay. This one?
Yes.
I can't see the chest. There.
There you go. Yeah. Then what are the other two? Place
Brown, I
that brown one. Against the back wall. Yep, right there. And the gray one is also against the back wall.
Over here.
Yes.
And where are we coming from this direction?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you all are over there.
We're in reverse alphabetical order.
And the captain's with us too, right?
And here's the captain.
I can't reach that far. But there.
Should pop our heads out and just do like a barbershop quartet?
I say
Green.
no. This is a beard.
Figured that one out this time. That was good. It helped that you said it out loud.
Next time we're at a company at Blade's house, we'll play charades to work on our team building skills.
I think so, yeah.
I think I can get like 3 of them in a fairy fire. Do you want to just... These are clearly bad guys. Let's just beat them up, right?
Why? Because they're dwarves.
No, because they kidnapped my people
Are we
and
doing,
fled into my city trying to steal our religious
are we
artifacts.
doing this non-lethally?
Ideally, then we can ask them questions. And
We'll see what we can do.
I'll be doing nothing damage.
I'm just gonna hurt their feelings.
Alright. As I cast the spell, why don't you light your sword up?
Okay.
Because this will alert them. Do you want to do anything while I'm doing this 9s?
I'll inspire Olsef because he keeps missing when he needs to hit them.
Do that.
Did you cast your spell?
I'm about to. I was gonna try and like do a countdown and like, have us all do our things at the same time.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So when we get to 0, highlight my sword.
Yeah.
Okay.
So 3, 2,
Let's go straight to the wall!
fairy fire.
Okay.
Over in this corner, it's a 20-foot cube. So I'm trying to hit at least these 3
Okay.
and try and I don't know if I'll be able to hit this guy with it.
I don't think so. Let's get out the spell
But
circle.
I also want to try and hit the tents in case someone's inside the tents, you know?
There's the spell circle.
So I'll probably be dropping it like there-ish.
It doesn't look like from my angle
Yeah,
that
he's
it's
like
hitting.
just outside.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't.
Okay.
I can't hit him with my 20-foot.
If you don't have one of these, basically impossible to see on the camera because it's clear acrylic. If you don't have a spell circle, folks, I highly recommend picking one up because it makes determining where a spell hits super easy.
That's sort of an all-in-one one, but they make really simple. You can also just like cut out some cardboard with a ruler.
Well, you should cut it out with like a scissors or something.
No, the ruler it gives a nice jagged edge and blood from when it slips.
When it flips. Oh yeah. If you get
You
one
want
of
to
those,
turn machetes into rulers?
one of those rulers with the
purpose?
metal edge. I don't know if you can even get them anymore because they used to be dangerous.
Back
So
when measuring
dangerous.
things was cool.
All right. What's the save on?
Dex 15.
Thank you. Okay.
As I whisper some secret sylvan words into my hands and blow out the
All right. I'm gonna say that to the
bright pollen all over them. I'll make it neon pink this time instead of green.
Okay. All three of them are hit with fairy fire,
Ooh, very good glow.
and now
Good glowy spell.
I am gonna need you all to roll initiative for me.
Wow.
Ooh, a good number. That never happens.
Not when I roll initiative. Well, I got an 18.
Okay.
I got a dirty 20.
20. Sorry.
Character C got 16.
And let me get the captain's initiative.
That should be our aliases when we get in. We're like, I'm character A. I'm character B.
Well, I'm a cat.
Yeah, then I
Meow.
don't have to remember my alias name.
No, no. What was it that we were watching where it had a... Oh, I think it was Black Widow. We were watching Black Widow, and the big bad in the movie went, "Is this your sad backstory?" And I was just like, nice.
I stole my idea.
All right. First one up is the captain. And when you guys were doing this, you're basically right at the edge of that. And are you like, were you rushing in as you were doing that? You're
Oh,
trying
yes.
to...
Well, they can rush in. I'm just gonna stand by the door.
Yeah, I rushed in with Zoria. Because Zoria had to be able to see the...
But I was using a mirror.
Can you
that.
cast that with a mirror?
Well,
I assume she just jumped out. It's like,
well, let me read. I might have poked my head around to do.
I've never thought about casting a spell through a mirror. I think you have to have true line of sight and not...
It just says 20-foot cube in range. I just designate where this area is. So as long as I can see it.
Yeah, okay, so you wouldn't have to. But, Ulseth, you're running in?
Yes, I'm going to run in with my flamey sword.
All right, then the captain is going with you. Would you mind, Soria, placing the captain and Ulseth in the doorway? And since you told the captain to go in first, he will be going in first.
If there was anyone inside the tents, they would have been hit as well. But I don't know if we know that.
Yeah, you don't know if there's anyone inside those tents?
Yeah.
But
Okay, nines will set them on fire.
they would have been. All right. The captain moves in towards, in about like 10 feet, a couple cubes there. And that also reveals Not that y'all have seen them yet. One in each corner.
In the corners proper.
Yep. And the captain. Shit, there's two more. And aims his
What?
aims his pistol at, let's see, probably at number 4, the green base, and that would be that one. Trying to keep track of all of this stuff going on. Lets loose a shot with his fervent firebrand, which does hit. That was a pretty low roll, but it doesn't have great AC. Good to remember. Lets loose a shot with his fervent firebrand, grazes the shoulder of the green base one, and it turns and glares at the captain. And you see this sort of that same sort of dark purple magic that you saw Berkelion use. There's elements of that in this dwarf's face here.
Great.
They're working for Mr. Negative.
Okay.
Spider-Man.
Yes, I get it.
Okay.
And it's topical. I mean, not when this airs, but right now it's very topical.
Okay, that concludes the captain's turn. And Surya, you're up next.
Okay.
Which will be followed by... Oh, wait, I'm sorry. This is why I keep track. Actually, Ulseth is up next.
Can I reach the purple glowy guy? Or am I just short?
You could probably just reach him.
Okay.
Yeah, it would take all of your movement, but you could get there.
Well, that was the one I was planning on trying to
Okay.
incapacitate. Because I
So-
can't see the other two. And the other ones are fairy fired.
But you did hear that there were more.
I raise my flaming sword
Yeah, then I
and
have to go into danger.
lash at him.
Okay. Go ahead and make an attack roll. Let's see what happens.
I am going to use my inspiration, which was pointless. 13.
Oh, Seth, why do I inspire you?
I don't know why you bother.
You swing out, miss, go wide as he deftly jumps back from your swing.
And then I raise a lash of arms and bring the hilt down right on the top of his head.
Maybe we should attack the ones that you get advantage on.
This is even worse. Never mind.
Okay. The dwarf proves a bit more deft at dodging your blows than you had anticipated.
Yes,
Nice.
I did not anticipate
Your
that.
turn.
I walk into the doorway,
Wow.
and am I within 30 feet of that dwarf?
Did you hurt yourself on his character?
No, he walked into the doorway.
Oh,
Ow. Am I within 30 feet of that dwarf that Ulseth?
Yeah, because it was the same amount of distance away that Ultheth was when he just walked over there.
Alright, well, I'm going to cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter at him. Excuse me, dwarf!
he sort of glances over at you.
Need to borrow a gold? You seem a bit short.
Really? Really? Okay. We're doing short jokes? That's a 14 whiz save, if I remember, right?
Yes.
Against all better judgment, he's laughing his ass off. And I believe that puts him prone.
Yes.
So,
You made a very good job.
well done.
I will chortle at that one.
Anything else you'd like to do?
Well, I will inspire Ulseth again. Don't miss this time.
Okay.
All right. Sorry, it's your turn.
I will turn into a panther. And And then I'll go 5. And then a panther has 50 movement. So
Yeah, they fast.
I'm gonna pounce at this one in the corner, moving 20 feet and making a claw attack.
Okay.
Nat 1.
All right.
We are so you're in such trouble. You're the only one who's doing anything.
I'm gonna say that
Well, that's not true.
that's
Sorry,
not
you're
gonna hit.
fire zone.
I land in front of him and go.
Well, Fairy Fire is only as good as our ability to hit things.
What is the guy I just failed to pounce at holding? It's like a weapon or anything?
That one. Let's see.
Just I'm trying to judge if I should try and run back.
He's got a big, nasty-looking pickaxe.
A pickaxe, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna just back off as much as I can. There. He gets to attack me if he wants.
And he will. Yeah. What's your AC?
12. That's a panther.
This dwarf looks surprised, terrified, like he might have peed himself. I mean, a jaguar did just leap at him, going, "Rah," and then land and go, meow, and then ran away. So his swing was apparently quite feeble and misses you.
Oh, good.
Oh, good. They are as good with weapons as we are. Let us hope
Anything
that
else you'd like to do?
continues.
No.
Okay. Then the one you were attacking, it's his turn, and he's gonna race towards you and try to hit you again. He runs at you screaming, wielding his large pickaxe, and swings as hard as he can into the side of the wall and just goes boom.
Wow, my 12 AC is really holding up here.
Yes. I remember another combat in which the walls took major damage. Perhaps this will be the same.
The next combatant there in the corner runs out of the corner and towards Ulseth.
Going by the captain.
Yes. Which will trigger an attack of opportunity from the captain. The captain, with his pistol. Check the rule, make sure I'm remembering it correctly. Yep, okay, good. Takes his pistol, fires it, and manages to just barely hit that one running by, shooting a shot straight through the arm of that pursuing dwarf. Lets out a yelp, but it reaches Ulseth and kind of takes like a little flying, leaping jump at you with this pickaxe. And your AC is
17.
Does he get an advantage
this-
if the other guy's prone?
no, because that's in the optional rules that allow for that flanking advantage. Sorry, I thought I muted that. In those optional rules, if you're effectively unable to attack or defend yourself, which is prone and Tasha's Hideous Laughter's effects, you can't really have that effect.
So my spell just keeps saving everyone. It's basically
Basically,
Okay.
yeah, this
Just wanna
guy
make sure.
leaps forward and takes this flying jump with this pickaxe, lands down and slams it into the ground just shy of Ulseth's back. I mean, you guys are this much.
It's okay, we're not rolling much better.
I like how this is just an adventure of just people. We're basically a G.I. Joe fight right now. Everyone's just shooting in the air.
Everybody's just flailing around. Does that count as a slashing weapon?
No.
Piercing,
This is a
probably.
piercing weapon.
Well, it pierced the ground really well.
It did. Chips are starting to fly. Then let's see if the one that's hideous laughed did recovers. No.
That was
No.
an excellent joke.
but he's still laughing his butt off.
A
And-
good joke.
And
You have
then
trouble fighting without a butt.
the closest one to Ulseth moves towards Ulseth and also tries to attack. This one has a large knife. It's not quite it's more like just this oversized chef's knife, but it's definitely made for combat. You ever seen like a competitive knife? I know the three of us have, because we're weird and watch Knife or Death. So if you've ever seen a competitive chopper, it's a bit like that. Slashes
Probably
out
slashing.
at you with it, Ulseth. This time managing to connect
Ooh.
and dealing... Oh, there's the die. 9 damage to you.
Ooh,
9. Man.
that's the best number.
Then his buddy, that one, moves towards Ulseth as well. And Ulseth, you're in a spot of trouble here.
They are,
I seem to be attracting a lot of attention.
That one
bonus
slashes out with the knife and misses as you...
no.
Now I use
downed your way?
Lashtar disarm attack.
Yep. What's the result? 12.
Is that, they make athletics against
Yeah,
it?
it's an opposed athletics check.
I used my attack, right, to do it.
Your reaction.
Yeah, you used your reactions to do that.
But you have 2 because you're in your rune stance that you said you went into.
I do have 2 reactions. I can try it again.
Believe it or not, you actually do manage to disarm.
Oh, well, that
Inspiration strikes
gives me,
again.
gives me an attack of opportunity if it's successful.
Yeah.
With a Lashalar, right?
Yeah. Is that with advantage then?
it's
since
verified.
he is verified.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's much better. 25.
That will hit, yes.
Hey, we're actually doing damage now.
I'm going to
Moving up in the world.
Do you have a
at least 5
disarm
slashing.
ring or anything?
Let's see.
I did 6 damage with my Alashala.
I have a prone ring.
Which is sort of silly.
Just sort of... Well, it's not really silly, because you can be prone without being cautious. I don't have a disarm.
Okay. Well, we'll just remember Brown is disarmed. Alright. 6 damage, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that did
Okay.
something.
Hey, you did a thing. That was with your...
Well, my attack of opportunity could be with the mate.
Do you...
It's intended to be that.
Oh, is it?
Oh. Well, then, actually, I need to do that differently.
The idea being you could disarm with one,
While you're attacking.
and then when you successfully disarm, you use your other hand.
So instead of 6 damage,
I
it's...
do hardly any more anyway. I do 7 slashing. No, wait, plus 4. Yeah, 7 slashing and 4 fire.
That's a lot more than 6.
That is a lot more than 6.
Well, not as much as it could have been since
No,
I've been
but
pulling.
it is almost double your previous result.
Wow.
To explain that, you're not doing like a disarm and then like a punch or with it. It's a disarm and then an off
Yeah.
your main hand attack.
Yeah.
It's a very powerful offhand weapon because of what it allows you to do.
No, he's disarmed and wounded.
Okay.
And partially on fire.
And partially on fire. A little bit on fire.
Then, it is the last one's turn. That one rushes towards the other two, but doesn't really have room to move through. So it will use a throwing knife that it has and try to throw through.
Disarm the throne.
But because this is kind of close here, there's a lot of crossfire that could happen. I'm gonna say, uh-oh, for them.
Is you roll 1?
No. I didn't roll a 1, but I rolled very close. So this dagger goes flying down into the ground at the other two's feet. And
Hey, mines.
it's gonna and that will
Free knife.
that will be the end of their turn. Brings us back to the top with the captain. The captain moves in. Well, no, I'm not going to move the captain much at all. The captain is going to. I want to do this. The captain's gonna take his pistol, take a shot at the dwarf whose back is turned.
The red base.
Yes, the red base. That's gonna connect. Shooting square through the abdomen on that one.
Wow, the bullets are square shaped.
And that one lets out a real deep bellowing screech as it's in a lot of pain. And the captain's then going to use disengage as his bonus action to move through and up towards the other three.
Here?
Yeah, right there will do. And
gonna flank with the captain.
gonna try to take some of the heat off of Ulseth here.
So nice of him.
That brings us to Ulseth.
Try and maybe take out the brown one.
Either the brown one or the red one.
Yeah, but you have advantage on the brown.
Well, I can flank the red one.
But you'll trigger
But I'll
attacks
trigger
from
attack.
You'll trigger.
multiple.
Multiple players.
Yeah.
I will attack the brown-based one,
The one who's disarmed.
raising my flaming sword.
Okay.
Never get to roll to advantage.
You didn't have 20 to help. 23.
You should give it a
Okay.
cool
That hits.
name.
I need to name it sometime.
Like, what's Elven for, like, fire heart?
Well, this was much better. This does
I like flaming sword.
Flaming sword.
flaming sword, 13 non-lethal whacking slashy damage, and 7 non-lethal very much burny damage.
So 20 altogether. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you take a big old slash across, and he lets out another yelp as you've managed to slash him across the chest, yet also cauterize the wound, so he's not bleeding. And
You're so nice.
is there anything else you'd like to do?
He's still standing.
Yes, he's still standing.
I will attack with my offhand.
Okay.
That time I will get a 15.
You can roll again.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
I
you do
still
have advantage.
Well, in that case, then that's a 22. I keep forgetting.
That will hit.
Bringing a lash lard down on his furry little head. Doing 6
Dumping damage.
thumping damage.
According to the internet, the Sindarin Tolkien elf for flame sword is Lach Magal.
Ach, Madao.
Magal.
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 I will remember that.
Good to know. You're full of random facts today.
I just looked it up.
I would have been more impressed if you just
Why?
randomly knew that.
New Sindarin.
I did try to learn it once when I was 13 and had nothing else going on in life.
Yeah.
You give him a nasty thump on the head. There's a nasty looking abrasion and some blood coming down, but he stays standing.
It's a tough dwarf.
Anything else?
Which is the one that's disarmed? The brown one?
The brown one is disarmed, yes.
Okay. I'm going to use my action surge.
Okay.
Take another whole action and attack with my main hand, the purple one.
Okay.
And
Roll again, also.
I hope so. 17.
As you slash out with your sword, manages to jump back just a couple inches and avoid the swing.
Ooh, he's a tough one too.
How beat up was the brown one looking?
Pretty?
Pretty?
Yeah, pretty beat
He
up.
looks pretty.
He does, well, he's
He
covered in
used to look
blood,
pretty.
so it's a little rough right now. If that is the end of your turn, Ulseth, that's going to bring us to 9s.
I'm going to cast Vicious Mockery on the red base one that's flanking Ulseth.
Okay, sure.
That's another dwarf.
Yeah, they're all dwarves.
Dwarf! Why'd you pick pickaxe? You should pick up stuff and leave, because you suck!
I haven't heard you suck in a while.
That's bad.
It's good. It's good to be back. Go ahead.
It has to be 14. Wisdom. Did I miss it?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Hey, 2 damage. That's like twice as good as what I normally do.
Well, good. Goody goody.
And I'm within 30 feet of Ulseth, right?
Yes.
I think just barely.
Okay, good. Then that's all I need to know.
Because it was 30 feet to get to where I am from
Yeah.
regular
Yeah.
9s to stick.
Well, I'm going to stand there because that seems really dangerous, Ulseth. I don't want to be in there.
No, you do not want to be here.
And I won't do anything with a bonus action.
Okay.
Hold on to some of those things unless it starts to look really hairy.
Then it's Soria's turn.
Alright. I am going to just quickly check something. Okay. I'm going to drop my panther shape because I have better AC. Not as a panther. Alright, and then I'm going to be casting Ice Knife. So, I drop a small drop of water onto my hand, raise up a shimmering ice blade out of it with a few gestures, and hurl it at the gray base.
Okay.
So I get advantage because it's a ranged spell attack and they are very fired. 17.
Your aim is pretty honest, but not true, and it falls just to the right.
Okay, so hit or miss, the shard still explodes at the target, and them and these two will need to make dexterity saves of 15.
Okay. Let's see if they do. The purple base does. The brown base does not, and the gray base does.
Well, only the brown base
Only
gets it.
the brown base gets it.
For 3 cold damage. Wow,
We are not. being
I'm
very
rolling
good
so
today.
bad.
The brown base sort of stumbles down, and the shards that fly out embed in his skin, and he's frozen there. And as the crystals continue to embed, he becomes a solid block and then shatters.
I didn't want to kill him.
I'm sorry, you're going to use non-lethal cold damage?
Yeah. 3? That's 3 cold damage, frozen solid.
I guess I got him down pretty.
I was expecting like a few laceration.
Well,
I guess he's off the playing field.
he's off the playing field now.
Jeez.
Wow, you're a real cold-blooded.
I thought like, oh yeah, I'll sprinkle him with some snow. And apparently,
Snowball fight.
3 frost damage freezes someone to a solid piece of ice. All right.
Well,
Okay, that's all I'm doing.
Just that.
You sub-zeroed someone, and then, you know, that's the end. Okay. Next up is Red Base. And Red Base takes his big pickaxe, swings it out at Thoria. What's your AC?
14.
14. This time it catches you.
With disadvantage.
It's a vicious mark. No, you
You hit
hit
that one.
that one,
Oh,
not this one.
oh okay. I didn't
that's
do that
orange
one.
base, number 7.
And
I can't see some of them very well.
it kind of hits you broadside with it, less than the kind of piercing side. It just scrapes along you, dealing 4 damage.
I make my concentration check.
Very good. Then this dwarf yeah, this dwarf pulls a little vial out from his belt and crushes it, and this smoke starts emerging from it, surrounds him, and he's disappeared.
Which one?
The one that was right in front of you. And then it's the turn of the Red Base, the victim of vicious mockery.
Now, technically speaking, if he moves out of my area of attack as invisible, I still sort of get an attack of opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And that one is going to swing at Ulseth with disadvantage because it's one of him. And that pickaxe is now in the ground. And
Oh, you still suck!
Poor ground. The poor ground is really getting
yeah,
picked on.
let's see if the
Oh.
laughing one stops laughing. That one does stop laughing. And it uses its movement to stand up.
do they
And
make the save at the end of their turn, though?
Yeah, it's at the end of its turn.
then it's still down. Thank you for reminding me. Very good. Then it is purple base. Purple base move. No, purple base swings out at Ulseth. I was gonna go after the captain, but swing after Ulseth. Stick with the target.
How is your path?
But with this large knife, finds nothing but air, as Ulseth has just a little bit of room to move. And let's see what happens.
It's very fired if it's the purple base.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's good. Couldn't get my yours. 16.
You do manage to connect with the blade, but they keep a hold of it, and you don't manage to disarm them.
Still looks cool, Seth.
Yes, it does. This is uncomfortable.
The gray base now moves in and gets right up close to Ulseth, where the former brown base was.
Walks over the shattered remains of his ally.
Shuffles through the debris.
Yeah. And also takes a swing at Ulseth with a very impressive knife, which will hit because your AC 17, if I remember. Yes. Great. Dealing 5 damage to you. And that will end their turn. Bringing it back to the captain. The captain takes aim with his pistol at the gray base. Ooh, how about that? That's a critical hit. That's going to be a lot of damage. Oh, wow. Good lord.
Sounds like a lot of math there.
Yeah, there's... there's a lot of damage that went out in one single shot. This bullet flies loose, and it catches the gray base right in the cheek and flies through. They now have this nasty looking gash on the right side of their face. And the captain just looks kind of dead-eyed and smirks a little bit at his very precise aim. He will then use disengage and move around behind the gray base one. And that brings us to Ulseth.
Okay. One is still prone.
Yeah, so you would
That's
get
the one with the purple glowy stuff, though.
you would get advantage against them while they're prone.
I'm attacking.
He's a prone.
I'm attacking.
They're just they're on their side. But
It just felt useful.
That's better. 25.
That definitely hits. You're going for the green base?
I'm going for the green base.
Okay.
The one that had the slight purple glowish. Yes, at the very beginning.
Yes.
Before he fell down laughing at the very hilarious. Does 11 slashing damage and 4 fire damage.
Okay.
No, 9. Sorry, 9. Slashing damage.
13 altogether?
Yes, 13 altogether. And then use my offhand
Sure.
and bring it down on his still giggling head.
Well, he's not giggling anymore.
he stopped giggling.
He stopped
Stop
giggling.
giggling altogether?
Yeah. It's not funny anymore.
Not even the slightest little
No.
smile? Nothing left?
And he would automatically stop giggling once you attacked him.
No, he'd just have advantage on a saving throw if he was damaged.
I thought it ended it.
15.
15 does not hit. Actually, no. I'm sorry. 15 does hit.
That's right. He's not very well armored.
He's
These other guys. And that does actually 7 slashing damage, or make him stop laughing.
He's really, really not laughing.
Nope.
As you've essentially pummeled him in the face. I'm going to say you kind of sucker punched him with your fancy knuckle duster is basically what your offhand is.
I would call him a sucker if I were Nines.
Anything else you'd like to do?
No, I have nothing left that I can do.
All right.
I use my action.
9, you're up.
All right, no, I'm gonna continue to keep mocking that guy with the red base. Well, it's a good friend you're up. It's a good thing it's your friend wasn't on the ground over there, because that's where you keep hitting the ground. Because you suck.
All right. Fails. Go ahead.
1.
All right.
Nailed it. Hey, that was a 4.
I don't actually.
Four on the count.
4 on the floor.
All right, that one. Little tears is down. Anything else you'd like to do,
No, I'm good.
Storia?
Okay. Well, I'm going to use Balm of the Summer Court on Old Seth and send some Fey healing your way. So you get 7 health and 2 temporary hit points. And he just sort of does that, like, kind of in a stupor, having killed someone, and is just gonna start backing out of the room, just mumbling, sorry. Just
Okay.
backing out.
That's a really brutal way to kill someone. Like,
Oh,
Jesus. Jesus. That's all over the floor.
Yeah, it's just a little cold down.
It was just a tiny little bit. It was just a chill.
You turned into a cold cut sandwich.
And she's gonna just start going down the hall.
Oh.
Come back. We need your murderous intent to take their open mouth.
Oh God.
That's my turn.
Okay. Nines.
Yes.
Make a perception check.
19.
Okay. You don't see anything.
Sorry, I don't see anything.
Nothing catches your eye. It is now the mocked dwarves' turn. And that dwarf, tired of being mocked, runs towards you.
Triggering an attack of opportunity.
Has that refreshed because you used
He's
your...
in rune stance.
Right, so you get
he
2
has 2
reactions.
reactions.
Yes.
It's each turn. Yeah.
Yeah. Then you get that.
And it refreshes on his turn.
That's not with advantage. That was just a regular.
Just a regular.
That one's just regular, yes.
Oh, which of these 2 really horrible dodge? Use the one that's worse. With my main hand,
Have to have a good one
I
sometime.
flash at the running dwarf. Yes, there we are.
That's a, yeah, not a hit.
No, it's a 3 plus 6, 9.
That doesn't hit.
It's the best number, but
You swing over their head, and they come up to 9s, running, screaming bloody murder with their pickaxe, and take a running leap towards you with it, with disadvantage. What's your AC?
13.
It lands in front of you and embeds the pick fairly deep into the ground. That just happened. The green one now uses its movement to get up. And that one begins to channel some sort of energy between 2 hands. And
I was just wondering, were any of these Bruscallion or Brucillion?
none of these were Brucallion.
That's all I was asking.
And then shoot this beam of energy out at the red base. So that's by 9s. And that one now basically doubles in size. It is enlarged. And that will... Yeah, that'll be its turn. Bringing up purple. which is going to try to attack Ulseth. And yours is a 17 AC, correct? Again, the knife fails to find its intended target, but I believe you are out of reactions now. Since you used your reaction to catch one last time.
But then you have a turn before that.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
Since I was at the beginning.
No, you're correct.
Yeah. So I still have
You have one.
one more left, which
Yep.
I will use to disarm purple base by rolling higher than a 3. Let's watch.
you do have advantage because
I rolled-
fairy fire
A 1.
is fairy fire.
Oh, keep forgetting about fairy fire. Why do I keep forgetting about fairy fire?
I don't know.
Oh, well, that one's much better. That's 19.
Okay. Let's see if... You do manage to disarm him.
And I get my attack of opportunity if I succeed. This time rolling
A 1 and a 2.
Nice.
I didn't roll 2 1s.
You got that going.
Well,
I got really close,
he is disarmed,
but
but you do not hit him with
No.
your other weapon,
I'm not surprised.
which
So you got
brings us to his gray-based buddy, who turns around and attacks the captain, and also manages to miss, which now brings us back to the top with the captain, who takes his rapier and
Is it better than 9's rapier?
Nines, did you get like a better rapier
you just cleaned
at
it.
this point?
It doesn't cause tetanus anymore.
That's unfortunate.
Then it is definitely better than Nines' rapier. And he'll hit with that, dealing... All right. But between a whole lot of information, takes a modest stab into the leg with his rapier, and then flashes again with his rapier. This time getting a second critical hit.
Wow.
Captain's rolling well today.
The fairy fire helps, I'm sure.
And this time, the captain slashes straight across that one's throat, falls over, clutching its throat, bleeding, and it is out of combat.
Well, you're just as bloodthirsty as Soria.
Jesus. All right. Then we're at Ulseth.
My turn starts. I have 2 reactions again. Should I ever need to roll a 1 and a 2 again?
Purple's disarmed and fairy fired. There's an enlarged red.
Yeah, but if I
It's-
move, I'll trigger 2 attacks of opportunity. That would be a bad thing.
Well, if 4 was spellcasting, which we're not quite sure, you could disrupt concentration, theoretically, by hitting him.
Well, I'm going to try to
But if it's an ability, then
the green base. Is
Yeah.
4.
that's the one that did the enlarging, right?
The green base did the enlarging, yes.
14.
Against green.
That hits.
That's with my main hand. And I'm doing vicious, horrible, nasty, tremendous, non-lethal slashing and burning damage with my main hand.
Well, let's see if this is a spell or an ability.
9 plus 7, 16 non-lethal slashing and burning damage.
You non-lethally stab him through the gut. And
Missing all the vital organs, but making him.
But making sure they're cooked with the flaming sword.
Oh.
you don't know if you missed the vital organs or not being that familiar with the dwarven anatomy, but you are sure that whatever wound was there is well cauterized, and he's not bleeding, but he does fall over in what appears to be a very deep death. And
Does the enlarge drop or not?
the enlarge drops.
Oh, I can't make a. Oh wait.
Well, then I use my, since I have an offhand attack yet, we'll attack the purple guy.
Okay.
Rolling a 18.
Okay. That will hit, yeah.
Doing.
That one hasn't been hit at all this whole combat.
The purple?
Yeah.
Well, they got hit when they got disarmed, right? Or did the
No, I missed.
oh, you
That's right.
yeah, the one in it too. That's
Yeah.
right.
What was your damage this time?
6 bopping damage.
You give him a sound thump over the head.
Did it make that kind of loud, kind of thumping, hollow sound that
Yeah.
one would expect from a dwarf head?
Yeah, it's just, you know. Anything else you'd like to do?
That's all I can do.
Sorry, it's your turn.
Arya's turn.
I'm sorry, 9. 9, it's your turn.
I look at the dwarf that was just enlarged. Wow, for a brief moment you mattered.
Are you casting vicious mockery or are you just being a jerk?
Oh, that's a great question.
How can you tell?
Well, since he's in front of me, I should probably actually attack him. So I was just being mean to him.
Okay.
And I will stab him with my rapier. That's going to be an 18 to hit.
That does. Yes.
That's going to be 5 damage.
5 clean rapier damage.
Okay.
And with my bonus action,
As you run your rapier through his stomach, yeah, he just goes, and you pull your blade out, and he falls over dead.
I learned it from watching you!
Jeez. Nine is being such a dick. What do you want to do with your bonus action?
Dance on his grave.
Oh God. Is that what you're?
No, I'm just gonna like poke him a little bit.
Okay.
With your foot? What?
I'm gonna say that it is now Soria's turn.
She's gonna poison my food. Non-lethally, anyway.
I'm trying to determine what Sori is going to be doing at this time.
Went back up the stairs.
I'm heavily considering that, yeah. Yeah, Sori is going to head back to the stairs.
Okay.
Full action move.
All right. Then that brings us to the one remaining adversary, who looks around and has no weapon, is
Glowing pink.
glowing pink, and just decides to put their hands up. Surrender.
I accept the dwarf's surrender. Congratulations, you have made a wise choice, you who are a dwarf.
Yeah, you're lucky Soria's not down here.
Oh, Jesus. Look. Hey. I don't care what Killian does. I ain't worth it. Who are you people?
That's a great question. We need a name. What would you call us?
I don't know.
That is not a good name.
We've already got that before.
We could not be going around going, who are you?
I don't know.
They kicked my ass.
We did get a suggestion on Instagram that wasn't bad. It was the Fire Weavers. Because we set everything on fire all the time.
Kind of like being the wet bandits.
Yeah.
Weaver
I can
implies
pull.
intent.
Was it the Fire Weavers?
I'm pulling that up.
Well, I'm gonna go rummage through their stuff. Possibly sit in their warm blankets.
That's the wrong conversation. Yes, the Fire Weavers was the suggestion we received on Instagram.
That one's actually pretty good.
I do like burning things.
So I tie up the hands and feet of the surrendered dwarf.
Okay.
Make sure they don't have any more daggers hidden on them, stuff like that.
Yeah.
All right. They don't resist.
Nines rummages and ransacks the place like usual.
You find little more than adventuring supplies,
Even in
food.
that treasure chest behind the.
I mean, they're not really like treasure chests. They're just chests. They're easy enough to move. What you find in there are things like blankets, bedrolls, some, basic amenities.
Are they better than my current ones?
Not really.
Dang.
I mean, they're not bad, but yours are pretty decent, so.
I run after Zoria.
Where is Zoria right now?
We saw Zoria run back toward the entrance. That's the direction I saw.
Yeah, well, Soria would have gone back up to the surface.
Okay.
Probably have shapeshifted into an animal to find a quiet place for a minute.
Okay. There's plenty of little quiet places.
I probably would have turned into a monkey so I could climb up out somewhere out of the way.
Okay. You can be wherever you want to be up there.
Okay.
Nilseth, where do you go?
I go back up. I go back into the room in which we entered, and I call out for Zoria. You who are Zoria, are you here? You who are Zoria. I get no response, so I climb up the stairs because I don't see anything else in the room. And I call out for Zoria again. Do I get a response?
Doesn't look like it.
This ain't my show to run right now.
I'm sorry, it's having some quiet time.
Soria discovered I'm gonna
3 cold damage can dismantle a person.
Soria discovered a weakness that these dwarves have.
Well, I guess we'll interrogate.
I go, you who are Zoria, when you are ready, please come join us in the room, outside the room where we had the battle. And then I go back down to the room where we had the battle and interrogate the dwarf that had surrendered.
Okay.
Zoria always asks the best questions, so we will ask, kind of pointless and meandering questions about things.
Okay, I'll start. What do you think happened to Vervin?
What?
Vervin, the guy that invented stuff.
He's dead.
How did he die?
I don't know.
That's what. Well, except he sucks.
I agree. He does suck. I will ask him some questions. You who are now a tied up dwarf.
Thank you for stating the obvious.
I do that really well. What is your mission here in this city?
Supposed to retrieve some artifact. I don't really know what it is. Berkelian's the brains.
So, are you down here amongst these rooms searching for the artifact, or do you know where it is?
I don't know where it is. After you bunch of jackasses attacked our camp, we ran in here, bringing what supplies we could. Berkelian had us set up in this room. After we broke our way in here.
How did you get in this room anyway?
Weird changeling shit. They can do all sorts of stuff in this city.
But that's not the question. Did you like come in through some other door?
I don't know, we came in through like some statue thing.
Yeah, we did that.
Yeah. We thought we were being very clever, but apparently these dwarves are able to do such a thing too.
And the changelings like they hold out their hand and something, and then the floor like, molded down or something like that. And the moment they stopped trying to do it, then it went back up. Then all of a sudden the lights came on in here. Guessing that it has something to do with you.
So, you are saying that changelings accompanied you down here?
Yeah, Berkelian brought all of them.
Or are they now?
Deeper in the complex. Berkelian just told us to, like, set up camp here. That's all.
And are the two elvish people with him as well?
I don't know what happened to them. I didn't see them.
They did not come down with you?
I didn't see them. But those two, they're always skulking off somewhere.
Didn't we capture one of those last time? One of the elves?
No, did we?
I think we captured one and, like, interrogated them.
Oh, I think we did, because he was being really mean to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what happened to the guy that was invisible? Or, I don't know, disappeared?
Probably did his job, ran off to inform.
Man, I wish Soria killed that guy.
Yeah, that was right. We captured Raynor.
Mm-hmm.
Well, how many more of you are in here?
What did we ever do with Raynor? Left him up there, I guess.
With the crew.
I don't know. This was not quite half of us.
Well, half of what number?
I don't know. There's like 8 more, maybe. I didn't bother taking a head count. I just set up camp.
You are the master camp setter?
No.
How can you set up camp if you don't know how many people there need to be at camp?
It's not a matter of knowing how many people need to be at the camp. It's a matter of knowing how many bedrolls we friggin' have.
Well, how many bedrolls do you have?
Like 5.
That's enough for everyone.
No, it isn't.
Well, you should talk to an employer. Unionize to get better working conditions.
Yes, everybody should have their own bedroll. Unless it is a very inequality society.
You know that we're from the Cormer Republic, right?
No, now we do.
Was it nice there?
No. And
Well, you should unionize then.
you realize that what you're talking about is treason in the Republic.
No, we did not know that. We are learning much about the Cormer Republic from this dwarf.
Even talking about unions is a treason in the Cormer Republic. Come on.
Well, what shall we do with this dwarf who is now tied up and being unhelpful?
How long has it been?
A long time.
I mean, they've probably been going on for 10, 20 minutes, somewhere in there.
Well, was your tragic backstory anyway?
Well, I grew up in Iron Vale. Not much else to do there other than work. Yeah, for the dragons. Those are the powerful families. Guessing you guys aren't from the Republic, since you don't know anything about it.
Is it common for people from the Republic to know nothing about it?
Not really.
Ah, then that must have given us away.
The purple magic.
So, grew up, went to school until I was 20.
You have an advanced degree then.
What? No. Didn't even, finish high school.
I have high school in the Republic. That's why
Dwarves
they're
lived
so
for several
miserable.
hundred years, so the, curriculum and aging and everything is slightly different.
Thank you for providing the viewers with that information about dwarves.
That we all knew.
Yes, because we know so much in our party.
And then went to work for the Ulfstein Grotfells.
That name keeps coming up.
Worked
So-
my way up through security. Thought I had a pretty good thing going on. And then get invited to this elite special group. I don't know anything about it, but it pays a whole gold a month
Ask if they have a cool name.
extra on top of what I was making. So I figure, hey, why not? What could be so wrong? Then a month later, I won my ass up here.
What about that guy's tragic backstory? And I point to the thawing giblets on the ground.
I don't know. He was some asshole. They, as far as I could tell, they found that guy. Yeah, I think he was the one that came from the bar fight.
Did he lose or win?
I don't know. I think pretty much everyone loses in a bar fight. I mean, the two people fighting, they end up beating the crap up out of each other, and then half the patrons in the bar lose their drinks.
Remember that. In case we are in a bar, we should not do that.
So, I don't
We
know.
would lose the drink.
I didn't know much
probably
about him.
after we paid for them.
Don't be greatest tragedy.
I know that he was a loudmouth prick.
Now it's dead.
So, there was one of the dwarves who made some sort of purple ball thing and threw it. And threw it at Nines. What sort of magic did he have?
Oh, well. That's a Grotfell special. That's what we all call it, but they have some sort of magic.
Was he a Grotfeld?
No, but their clan, they've got something dark. I don't know what it is. You think that dude down there burst into shattered, frozen elements just because he got hit with a little frost?
Yes.
Nah. Everything about the Grotfells is weird. Every single one of us gets imbued with some sort of, I don't know what to call it, juice. They inject us with it. And that guy
How
you
do you
saw,
spell that?
I don't know, it's like this
JOOOOOOS.
Z.
Z.
I thought perhaps it was
Juice.
U.
It's Grotfell juice. The same Grotfells they used to make Welch's.
And see, they can make you strong if they want you to be. They can also make you weak if they want you to be too. Everyone who's part of the inner security circles, the Grotfells, they all have it. But only a few people can activate it. You think they want us to have that kind of power on our own? No. They want us to bend the knee when they need us to bend the knee, and they need us to bulk out when they need us to bulk out.
Yeah. So that is how he made one very large, at least for a while, and how he made the other one shatter.
Nah. See that juice they give you? Makes you real weak to some things. It's supposed to be sort of symbolic. You see, the Grotfells, they run all the iron. They run Iron Vale. It's not named out of irony. All of the iron in the country comes from there.
Irony Vale.
Yeah. So what is it that you are weak about?
Look, all of the dragons can't resist kind of putting their own little flair on the people that serve them. The Grotfells, they're not the only ones that do shit like this. There's all sorts of people messed up in all sorts of ways to make sure that the ones that protect the families are, well, accountable, as they would like to say. That juice they gave us, I don't know what the other families do. It's kind of a secret. But every single person takes on kind of a characteristic of the families. It's iron. What messes up iron? Extreme colds. Shatters. None of us can handle being in the cold anymore.
That is very difficult for a dwarf, I have heard.
And that's why, yeah, that happened over there. There's all sorts of twisted shit that goes on in the Republic. When they get betrayed by some of these security types, people like me, they have all sorts of folks channeling powerful freezing magics. They throw them in there. Seen that happen 24 times since I started this gig. I'm supposed to keep my mouth shut about it, but I figure, at this point, they either figure I'm dead or they'll kill me if I come back. You're not supposed to escape from these sorts of things.
So speaking of escape, that one that went poof in a cloud,
Yeah.
did he do that himself, or was that a Grotzfeld thing done by someone else?
Now we all got some of those.
You got a poof thing?
Yeah. Here. I hate this fucking job. But he kind of shuffles his right hip over, his arms behind his back. It's in the pouch there. It's a little vial. Be careful with it. Don't break it.
About how long it will take for him to tell the people that we're here?
He already has. I'm sure. Berkelian's probably deep inside, just waiting for you guys now.
But we should run away.
He's trying to make his way to the center of the city and steal some ore thing. I don't know.
I'll take the vial.
All right.
Do you have any cool stuff I can take?
No. That's the only thing.
Well, I'm taking free dagger.
Go ahead.
How long has it been?
It's probably been more than half an hour now.
Okay. I'll start coming back.
Okay.
Free dagger.
Did you guys
Yeah.
check their other pouches, the other people?
Looting stuff.
Nine's was searching everything.
Right.
And apparently didn't find anything.
Hey, look. You guys seem okay. Tell you what. I'll give you a couple more pieces of real insider info on this if you help me get out of the Republic when this is over.
Do a little insight check on that. I got a 13.
You don't get any sense that he's lying.
Level Olsef. But Plus, you can whack him if he does anything bad.
Non-lethally bop him like I did. How is that bop doing, by the way? Are you okay?
I've taken worse.
That is very insulting.
Thorny can probably patch you up. Assuming she doesn't kill you while trying to help you.
Okay.
That's not just reference to this time. It was another time, too.
Jesus. Look, if you guys help me get out of here, we're gonna get to some other country. Yeah, I'd appreciate it.
How does he feel about being a pirate?
Hit them up. Do you need more pirates?
Well, this could use another person on my crew. Welcome to join. You seem trustworthy enough. Depending on the value of that information, I suppose. Alright, look. I only bring this up because, well, I know at least one of you can use magic. I don't know where she ran off to, but you got that sword. If they're powered up like that one guy was, don't swing that at. It's only gonna make it worse. For you.
So I should not use a flamey sword on those who are doubled up.
Yeah.
Why? What will happen?
Well, you know how I said cold is extra damaging to us?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of the opposite with the flames. How can you heal iron? You heat it up.
So is this a problem for those who are not doubled? Or only when they are doubled?
It's when they're using that magic. It doesn't always just double you. All sorts of tricks with it. I haven't even seen them all. I've never seen what Verkelion did to himself. Didn't go away either. Usually someone's got to be channeling that.
Didn't he turn all hairy? Or like
Yeah. He got
a were creature almost or something?
he got very bestial looking, but also like dark and purple, like energy kind of coursing over his skin. That didn't fade. Still looks that way. I have no idea what that is.
So I should not use my flamey sword on anyone who is using magic on themselves or who has magic cast on them.
Pretty much. It's only gonna make them feel good. They'll.
You can finally use flaming sword non-lethally.
Yes, it will make them happy. I had never thought that being slashed by a burning sword would make someone feel good.
Yeah, well. Welcome to the fucked up nature of the Corner Republic.
This is not a good place we are going. It will not be fun.
You got a
Perhaps
lot
it
of
will
money?
for you. What?
Do you have a lot of money?
We used to, but we were staying at a company house, and it was stolen from the company house right under their very nose.
Are you gonna air your grievance to like every random person that asks?
You just had to ask about this, didn't you? What? It's a thing with them. I've heard this at least 6 times now.
So we did used to have a lot of money, but now we do not have that much money.
Yeah, then it'll probably suck for you.
Oh, it sucks for you.
Sucks for everyone who doesn't have a lot of money.
And how much is a lot of money in this Comer Republic?
Well, I would say probably 20 million gold. You'd have a pretty good time.
Oh, we did not ever have a lot of money.
He didn't has him that kind of way.
We will be staying in the kind of places you are used to.
Spore places.
Perhaps there is a company house.
So
What
look,
where Sori is?
I was coming back down. I don't know how long it will take.
I mean, that's up to you. I'm not going to put any restrictions on how far or near you were.
Okay. I'll come back in.
Oh, look, there is a monkey coming in the door.
I'm sorry.
You always come back to scene of crime.
Nines, I think you are making Zoria feel very badly.
I'll go up to the dwarf
Perhaps I should bop you.
and just grab his
don't
collar and be like, "Where did you get where did you find the changelings?"
The dwarf looks a little startled at the sudden change in demeanor in the interrogation process. The Brokelian's been capturing.
How many did he? Where has he been capturing them?
All over the place. He's got scouts and spies everywhere. He's become completely obsessed.
Why do I identify
do you
a
look-
changeling?
Do you look like Soria right now?
Yeah.
Look, I don't know what he's got about your people, but he wants something from you all.
Did he take any from the Fervent Wild?
He's taken some from everywhere. I'm sure he's found a few up in the Fervent Wilds. I don't have anything to do with any of that. Like, I typically have been just guarding his place. I know he's got his house, and that's where I'm usually assigned. Just the house grounds.
Where does he keep the changelings he captures?
On a one spot. Keeps them all over the place. Through the region. Some are up in the mountains. He's even got some in the capital, I think. And keep in mind, look, I'm gonna be as honest as I can be. Yeah, I don't see the changelings moving around at these spots. I haven't seen charts. I just know where he heads off to.
Does he have any of the artifacts already? The one you're after here?
Well, he came in with one.
He came in with one?
Yeah. That's how they've been getting through these things.
Does he have more than one?
I don't know. Maybe. But that's how they're opening the doors. That's how they're getting these things through. I mean, they close right afterwards. It takes a whole bunch of changelings to focus and open.
Mm-hmm.
They snap back. The second they're done.
What does it look like?
I haven't seen it real clearly, but this one looks sort of like a pillar. And it's got little, like, sort of, it's not quite cylindrical. It comes to some points at the end. And it's got kind of these spiky bits on it. Doesn't look sharp, just they poke out. Weirdest looking thing.
It doesn't sound like my clans are at mall. So. Okay. All right. I think that's all my questions.
You're our captain.
What do you need from me?
Well, if you are going to make this dwarf a member of your crew, perhaps you will take responsibility for him as we explore.
I suppose. Do that. Folks, I wouldn't suggest taking me with you. That magic, they can make me do whatever they want me to. I'm just gonna put you in jeopardy.
You should just leave him here.
Why don't we just send him to the gate? Wait. If they find him, they're just gonna kill him anyway.
Yeah, that's actually true.
Captain, it is up to you to decide whether to trust him to go to the gate on his own.
Well, there's not many other places he can move to. and they're already likely alerted to our presence. So I don't think he poses a danger that way. Yeah. He pulls out this sort of coin-looking object. This is a writ. If you present it to any of my men up front, they'll know that you're with us now.
Okay.
Shall I
Can I have
untie
one of
him?
those?
Are you joining the crew?
Sorry, can I join crew?
Why are you asking me?
I don't know. You told me to do everything.
If you want, yes.
Pass.
All right.
Just one coin.
You will be legally obligated to steal everything as a pirate.
I like to steal on my own.
We don't steal everything. Many things that we liberate.
What's the difference?
So, you who are Zoria,
Yeah?
this dwarf has
Perspective.
told us that the reason that the other dwarf exploded with a little bit of ice is that the magics that they have put in him is what did it. That the Sprucalian had given him some sort of juice. I think it is spelled Geuuess. That is what made him very sensitive to cold, and that is why he blew up into little bits.
That is why he exploded.
We're not gonna talk about it.
Okay, I just wanted you to know that it was not because of that you had done it. It was because of the magic of this juice.
We're not
Yes,
going-
the society killed him.
Capitalism. We're not gonna talk about it.
Okay. I am not talking about it.
I assume you've checked through this whole area. Nines.
Yes, I found garbage.
Good.
Their crap is worse than our crap.
Alright, let's check the next room.
Okay. Let me pull that back up because my tablet went to sleep.
Captain, you may go first and use your mirror thingy.
Okay. The captain creeps around the corner to the last room in this row and uses his mirror. Inside. Stands up. Nothing really in there. Just looks like a bunch of decrepit wood.
Decrepit what?
Wood.
Decrepit wood.
It's a good team name.
Decrepit wood.
Not our team, some other team. It's better than Saltworthy.
It's an option. It's an option.
If we meet another team that is just slightly better than Saltworthy, we will name them.
I'll go in the chamber and just give it a quick survey.
Okay. What do you find in here are the stacks of crumbling wood pieces. Some are poles, some are slats. It looks like, as you kind of piece together what this might be, possibly like stall material. Maybe tables and things. It looks like stuff that you could quickly assemble and disassemble. Again, for likely use in the plaza above. There's sort of a winding path that goes through all these stacks leading to the back of the room. It mostly smells like dry rot in here.
Alright. Can we see the map?
Sure. Yeah. Bring that up.
So if I'm remembering the above ground, if we go westward, that'll head towards where the keep was. because it was sort of southwest.
Yeah, this is oriented north at the top.
I assume are these all?
I mean, we have a compass.
Yeah, I assume the maps we're seeing are oriented northward.
Yes.
Yeah, so we were in that spot, sort of, and so southwest of us was the keep that we couldn't get into.
You guys were
We're right in there.
where I'd been with White.
Yeah,
Okay.
so
I
let's
think it's
head
south.
west. Yeah, down the tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
Just being quiet and listening as we go.
So,
That
You
was
want to
good
head-
orienteering.
you want to head down this one?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm just going to cover that up for a minute while I reveal it.
So, what's the dwarf's name? Did you ask him?
No! Why was that important?
Just polite.
We got the tragic backstory.
Yeah. Was it capitalism?
Yes.
Yes! Terrible system.
He was a victim of the
Okay.
economic system that they have.
So, as you go down that tunnel, you see a door that would be on your left and one on your right a little further down.
Well, let's check the left one first.
You check out the circle room.
In there, you find a small room. There's not all that much to speak of in here. A couple of chairs stacked up against the wall, and it looks like maybe a cleaning supply closet.
Are there any good cleaning supplies in the closet?
No, there's what looks to be like an old mop, and it's rotted out. The shelves are mostly bare.
Mostly, but what is there that is bare?
There's some
Do we?
very moth-eaten rags.
Are the bears aggressive?
No. They're not
And so you now turn into a bear?
You've seen,
I've seen
you've
bears.
before.
Actually, I don't think I have that on my list, though. Oh, I have black bear on my list. Okay.
Okay.
And cave bear.
we go to the next room.
Okay.
Have the captain peek in.
In this small room, you find that, well, I don't want to describe this. You come to the door, and it's partially open. It seems like, well, you've never seen one like this. That's partially. They're either open or closed in your experience. So something's gone wrong with this one, at least as far as you can tell. And on the inside, you see
I check for
a
traps.
couple of coin purses.
I check for traps.
Go ahead.
Guidance. I shouted it right before.
Yes, you did.
I'll allow it. It's fine.
It didn't hit the board yet.
It's fine.
What is an investigation?
Yeah.
14.
You find no traps.
Captain,
Yes.
there's some coin purses on the other side.
Oh, how lovely. And he takes one.
Yeah, they're coins. Are there
I
coins?
go in and take another. I go in and take another one.
All right.
Coin purses are there?
Oh, there's, I don't know, 3 dozen or so?
Oh, well.
Do any of them have anything in them?
Yeah, they do. There's coins in them.
What do the coins look like?
The coins are not your typical gold, silver, copper that you're familiar with. They are, well, you find some wooden ones.
Do we wander by any
There-
tinkling vending machines that I can use it in?
Not yet. You find some iron pieces and you find just a couple crystal pieces. The majority of the currency is the wood pieces.
Are they marked at all?
There's some carvings in them, etchings in the different materials. It looks like they'd likely been, from your perspective, sorry, shaped that way. As you don't see any signs in the wood of cutting.
Mm-hmm.
It looks, and to the two of you who've never seen anything like this, the effect is strange because you've never seen it, but you've never thought that it could be that way. It looks as though the tree cuts had grown with the images you see in them.
Well, shall we take these coins with us?
Sure. Is there anything else in the room while we're collecting these?
Yes, you see a small, well, you'd identify it pretty quickly as a safe.
Does the safe provided by Security Inc. on the side of it?
No.
I will inspect it to see if it's strapped or locked.
Go ahead. Roll an investigation.
Guidance. 14
You don't see any signs of that.
of trap.
Yeah.
All right. Is it locked?
It has no opening.
I see.
The only reason you can identify it as a safe is that it would sit in the exact spot you'd expect a safe to.
Is it part of the wall and floors, or is
No,
it separate?
it stands separately.
Is this area lit up?
Yes.
Okay.
There's something magical in there.
Well, I'm going to put my hand on it and try and will it open.
Okay. It doesn't open.
Okay. Safe. Does it have a door in it or anything like that? Or is it just like a cube?
It's a cube that has sort of depressions where you would expect doors to be. They're on each of the four sides of this cube.
Alright, I'm going to put my hands on it and attempt to envision the depressions melting away, like we saw that door do.
Okay.
Trying to change their shape and form into a liquid.
Roll a wisdom check.
Can I guidance myself since it's a check?
Sure.
$19.
You feel the object fighting back.
Falstaff, use your bell thingy.
I'm going to try and.
If you teleport yourself inside of it,
I'm gonna try and double.
We can't do that right now.
Again, just push
that
against
is
it.
good.
Okay. Like physically?
No, mentally.
Mentally? Okay. So you're continuing to try to fight.
Yeah.
Roll another wisdom check.
Guidance again. You know, I always forget to use it. Can I use my DM inspiration that I've had sitting around forever?
Yeah, of course you can.
Is that advantage or some bonus? I forget.
It is advantage in our games, at least with ability checks.
29, nat 20.
Like, I think that's a nat 20 I see there.
It is.
As you continue to try to push and probe with your mind, being familiar with shaping things from your albeit brief, exposure to your own aura,
Mm-hmm.
you start to hear a word echo in your head. A word you're not familiar with. It's old. You just feel that this is old, that it predates you, that it predates everything that you've known. And you feel compelled to utter this word. And as you do, the walls of the safe melt away.
What was the word?
Without like making up some random sound, it's an ancient changeling word meaning fish sticks. But it was the password.
Now
There's
I
a
know
bunch
it.
of fish sticks in here. I'm gonna be very disappointed.
Now I need to know what the ancient changeling for fish stick sounds like.
Well, I can work on that later.
You're not willing to commit to a word for fish sticks now.
No, I'm not. I'm not willing to
I
commit
feel
to
like
word
this
for
is the
fish
name of
sticks.
our party.
I'm beginning to think that, even though I'm not hearing this. I heard you say the word, though. So we observe the walls of this thing
Melt away.
melt away.
Yes.
And we know that this is just a temporary sort of thing because we've seen it before.
We scramble to the side so we can loot it.
Can we all just sort of grab whatever is revealed?
It sounded like there were doors on all sides of it.
Yeah. Yep. And they all sort of melted into the figure.
We loot it as fast as we can.
Whatever's in it.
There's a lot of those crystal coins in there,
Well,
neatly stacked.
we all just grab as many as we possibly can, not necessarily trying to hold them, but getting them outside of where the walls of the safe were.
You have 200 of them now.
200 crystal coins,
Yes.
plus the ones in the bags.
Yes.
Was there anything else in there?
No.
Just 200 crystal coins.
Yes. Neatly stacked.
Until we just
4
shove our
columns,
hands in there.
50 each, that fit perfectly inside the box.
I wait in. I'll just be sitting there waiting until Nine says his hand in and is grabbing the last little bit, and then I'll let my hand go.
Okay.
Because you're being a big old jerk.
The snake.
No, I'm
Snake.
not gonna do that. I
The
don't
safe-
want to cut his hand off.
I need that.
The safe slowly moves back.
Okay, that's like the snapshot.
No, it behaves differently.
So I jump into the safe.
You will stay there.
That's a it's a very cat-like thing, fitting into a space that is by all measure far too small for you. The safe is basically this like as tall as, and it's about like 1.5 feet tall. It's like 18 inches tall and like 10 inches on a side. It's not this massive thing.
I'm gonna say fish sticks again on it. Just
All right.
see if it opens up without all
Yeah,
the
it does.
focus.
It does.
Alright.
So I can jump in there.
Yeah, go
But
ahead.
I'm afraid that you won't let me out. You've gotten a taste for blood, so.
Oh my god.
So we have how many? We have all of these wooden, iron, and crystal coins in these pouches. Do we need to inventory all of them? Can we?
How many of each do you have?
You have now in total 203 crystal coins. You have 45 iron coins. And we'll say 300 wood coins. And each coin is, I don't know, roughly that big.
they're pretty large.
Yeah, they're much larger than the sort of coins that you guys are used to.
Guess we're aboard. We can skip them across the water.
I'll put them in my bag if you want, because that's a lot.
Yeah, but we should probably, not let them just be loose raining around. I have a, I'm going to use my rain catcher
Wrap them up.
and wrap them all up into a neat bundle.
And I'll
And a
pick
bit
them.
of my rope, my precious rope, to secure it.
You still have some
and-
left?
Which rope? And give them to Zoria to put into a bag of holding.
Place them in.
Okay.
Inside the safe, I'm gonna put one crab staxi and then let it close,
Okay.
just for posterity.
Sure.
Just to screw some archaeologist. Like,
All right. And as you close the safe with the crab staxi in there, we are going to take a little break because we've been going for quite a while. And that was still showing that. There we go.
Okay.
We will be back in a little bit. So get up, use the restroom, get yourself something to eat. I'm going to grab a bite. And we will be back soon. Yeah.
Bye.
Welcome back, everyone. Hope you had a good break. We did. I ate a bunch of food. I feel better.
Yay.
I ate about like half as much as you did.
Yeah, I had to take my antibiotic. So, needed to have something in my stomach to take it with. Anyway, now you know something about me. We were just leaving the room with the safe in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That we robbed.
No. Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry, liberated.
Reclaim.
Is that the right word, Captain? Liberated?
Yes, liberated. I think that's the right term in this case. We liberated those coins. I mean, who else was going to take them? No one was going to claim those coins. Exactly.
Do they have any monetary value?
They're quite pretty. I've never seen coins like this before.
We'll make them into necklaces. Sell them to saps.
This is my cultural heritage.
That's a great angle. We'll sell it that way.
So, Zoria,
Yeah.
do you remember when one of these dwarves poofed into a cloud and disappeared?
Yeah. I was right next to him.
Well then, the dwarf who remained gave me this vial, which is the same sort of thing. And I'm going to give it to you in case you ever need to do that sort of thing.
Is it like a potion?
What we know is what we saw. That if it is broken, it poofs you.
That's a pretty apt description. Yeah. You break the vial, and the looks like a liquid inside, and it turns into smoke, and then something happens.
So like
You're-
glow
you're-
stick, don't
you're
drink the
n-
insides.
You didn't ask your captive exactly what it does, but he did freely give it to you.
I'll set it aside for now. In my bag.
You can call it a poof vial.
A poop potion.
A poof potion. Yeah.
Anyway, we continue
Do
adventuring.
you need to be like injected with this juice in order to...
We don't know. Perhaps we should go back to the captives.
We sent him way off.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
we would have to go back to the gate to do that. It is too bad you were not here for the interrogation. You could have asked very good questions that we did not think of.
Yep,
Yes, our question sucked.
I'm sure they did. Let's keep going down this hall.
Okay.
What?
Nothing. I'm just thinking to how you kill this conversation.
Oh my god. Nines better be careful.
Yeah, there's a murderer around.
Do you want me to bop him?
You are treading on dangerous territory. I am getting this.
And we have to put that warning symbol up every time I go to bed now.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And designate me as...
Especially if I go to
When you
bed
reach
like
the end of
10
the
feet from
hall,
you.
you find a sealed door. Much like the ones you are familiar with.
Is it lit up?
It is, yes.
I will put my hand on it and say, open in Sulani.
Does not budge.
Why that other word?
I will say, fish sticks.
You don't even remember what I named it.
You said it like once in the kitchen, and I didn't.
Suran Dunar is the word I came up, well, the compound word that I came up with for fish sticks.
I say, Sarandinar.
It does not open.
I will try and will it open then.
Okay.
If it's not gonna just open for me.
Go ahead and make a wisdom check.
Okay, then. 16.
You feel nothing from this door.
This door is very apathetic.
Soria, you do notice that there's a slot over on the right side of the hallway near the door.
Is it about that big?
It is about as wide across as, because I guess you're getting at the coin.
Yeah.
It's about as wide across as a coin, although
tall door.
it appears thinner than the coins are. It's about the width of, like cardboard stock. Take that, like it's maybe 2 or 3 pieces of cardboard stock thick, talking like 1/8 of an inch.
Okay.
Can you pick the lock?
Yes, I can. But you can't look while I'm doing it.
We both turn around.
Try and shove one of the coins in.
It won't go in. They're thicker than the.
If I put my hand on the slot, do I get any sensation from it?
No.
What if I try that magic pebble I got?
Can try.
I'll put the pebble against the slot. I'm like solidly in a point and click adventure right now. I'm going through my inventory.
Will you tie a string around it so you can pull it back?
That doesn't do anything.
Just the pebble doesn't.
That doesn't do anything. That
I
doesn't do
tried the
anything.
tulip bulbs I got in Stillbar.
Oh, that won't work here. Hands at point and click adventures. You're welcome.
I hold my boulette egg up.
What's that gonna do?
How is the lockpicking coming?
It's fine, it's fine.
Well, we said she could get it open. We just give her time.
Okay,
She's very good at opening doors.
All right.
We will
open,
continue to not look at
please,
her.
on a slip of paper and slide it in.
Not the right time.
It doesn't even slide in. I'll try and stick my one of my lockpicks into it to see if I can feel anything inside the slot. Nothing.
Nothing.
You want to try crowbar?
With the
I have a crowbar.
with the lockpicks, make a dexterity check with advantage.
And guidance. Dexterity 30, 20. Oh wait, sorry, 18. My dexterity is on.
You kind of fiddle around in there, and you feel that there's some sort of devices up there, like on the top side of this, but you have no idea what any of it means.
But there's like some mechanical thing in there.
Yeah.
Okay, knowing that, I'll try to actively pick it.
Okay. Then go ahead and roll, because it's dexterity plus proficiency, since you are trained now.
Yeah, not advantage though, right?
Not advantage.
Guidance. Hey, 9s.
Yes.
Do you wanna like play that crab gong for me or something?
Why you think it's time for crab?
I think this is time for crab.
Time for crab.
So inspiring.
I didn't say that.
Oh, you didn't.
You're inspired.
Oh, thank God. Alright.
I just thought you wanted to grab.
Well, that it's flat, so 1, 3, and proficiency is 26.
26.
Yeah, there was a lot of different numbers there I had to add up.
You kind of poking around in this slot with tools not meant for this
Just
configuration.
like taught me, stick the tools in places they're not supposed to be.
They aren't meant for this sort of work. You have no idea if you're being successful, even remotely. Yeah,
I don't think I'm doing this remotely.
but
I stopped doing it remotely too.
you flip a couple of switches on the inside, and you feel like you're making progress, maybe, but the door still doesn't open.
Darius, it's still time for grab.
I've determined that this is not a door.
Oh, what is it then?
I'll keep trying to fake it.
Go ahead and roll again.
Do I feel like there's more I can accomplish by continuing to fake it? Like I felt like I was making progress.
Things were happening. You have no idea what progress means. You don't know what the goal is.
Open the door.
Well, yeah, you don't know what the goal inside of this is.
Alright,
So you just have no idea.
I'll give myself guidance again. 15.
15. You just start to get kind of frustrated. You don't know what this is supposed to accomplish or do.
You know, I think that this is supposed to be open from the other side.
Like in the video game.
What?
What?
What if we went back up and went to the keep and came down at this from above?
Well, there is much yet to explore here, and the dwarf did tell us that the other party belonging to Bukalian is searching in here.
Yeah, so we should be careful.
Yes. So do you want to leave now and go to the keep, or do you want to continue to explore?
Whatever you would prefer.
Let us explore further.
Alright.
Perhaps we will find a key.
Let's go to that place where it's split. Over there and just see what's
Over
down
here?
those halls.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, which way do you want to go?
I think let's just go there so we can see what's down that hallway. Okay.
We'll turn the corner.
You want to go down where that is? Southward?
Sure.
Okay. We'll go southward.
Okay. Find the hallway, taking the southern route. Bends around in this zigzaggy fashion.
You want to keep going?
Mm-hmm.
We'll keep going.
Okay.
So, that wasn't a door at all.
Well, if you say you can open on the other side.
It's a door on that
As
side.
you approach the end of this,
I'm confused.
as you approach the end of this hallway, there's another hallway that opens up on your right, but before you even reach there, you see in this very dimly lit room ahead of you, it's a large room. You're guessing 200 by 200. You can't even see all the edges. You just see little. I don't know if anyone's ever been into a theater when the house lights are just partially on. Nah, but the stage lights are lit. you can kind of see where the edges of the walls are, but only in the way where your brain is sort of filling in the blanks. It's very dark.
So this area is not lit.
It's lit, but dimly.
Okay.
There's lights shining down on the walls, but you can't see all of them, and your brain is sort of just filling in the spaces in between, assuming that there is wall there. This room is very, very dark, almost as though the walls themselves are sort of absorbing the light. And in the center of this room, the floor has this glassy appearance to it. Shines almost like obsidian, completely smooth. And you see a small party standing in the center.
Small what?
Party.
Having a party?
As there are 3 changelings holding the object that the dwarf described to you. And Berkelion, as well as a couple of very heavily armed guards. They seem to be waiting for you.
Do they see us? Or
Oh, they're looking down the hallway as though waiting. And you see the one dwarf that had poofed and ran off. Standing next to Berkelion, just behind him.
are they moving?
I mean, they're like breathing, but they're waiting for you.
Okay.
And they're sort of staring you down right now.
I've seen this before. If we don't approach, we can really take as long as we want.
Yeah, this is definitely a Final Fantasy game with the boss, right?
Yeah. So if we just turn around, we can keep exploring.
Okay. Should I guess, how far away are they?
From where you are,
Yeah.
probably 75 feet. They're not quite in the center of this room.
I hope you guys are ready to fight.
You have not yet crossed the threshold into this room. You're farther back from that.
Yeah, but where we are is dark still, right?
You're in a fairly well illuminated hallway
I
at this
will.
point. I'm gonna bring the map up real quick and give you guys a pretty clear image here. Okay. Let me... The letters are notes to myself. So, like, don't read into them, because they only mean something to me.
I will.
You guys are standing right here. And Berkelion is standing about there.
I will hold up my hand and signal for non-violence.
Berkelion looks at you, arms folded across his chest. Oh, yes. Of course. None by. Yes, let's talk, indeed.
This is going good so far. I thought he'd attack us.
Why don't you do the talking, Nine?
Well, with my diplomacy or persuasion of 6, I don't think we're gonna get very far.
Just tell us why you're doing this.
Why? What? What do you mean, why?
Why are you impersonating changelings?
Is it easy?
No. Actually, quite difficult. Takes a great deal of my resources to keep all of your kind hidden.
So you are not doing these things because they are easy, but because they are hard.
Hardly. I'm doing them
What about
because
the other
they're going to make me,
the other thing.
my family, the richest, most powerful family in the entire world.
Aren't you already rich?
Not rich enough.
Did you take changelings from the wastes? Then the Fervent Wilds?
Them from everywhere. What does it matter to you?
I'm looking for my family.
You and a lot of other people.
Well, that's me. I'm not really looking for them.
You know where your family is.
So,
Yes, they're always holding me back.
clearly you three have...
Or
Right. It's easy to forget that the captain's not there when I'm the captain and the bad guys.
I like to imagine like the captain saw that and was just like going back from
And we're like, 4, look behind us. And it's like, we see the tail end of a goat going around the corner.
That wouldn't really be in the captain's character, but I do like the idea.
It's in fantasy captain's character.
Now, clearly, the 4 of you have some sort of abilities that are substantial. Can't deny that. You've caused me a lot of problems. Now I'm here to try to make a whole lot of money. And I'll tell you what. If you 4 just go and fuck off now, I will pay you to leave. And I won't even bother to hunt you down and murder you in your sleep like I do most of my rivals.
Oh, you will murder us while we are awake? That is not a good deal.
Olsef, master negotiator.
You're stupid, but I like you.
Good job, Olsef, you're my friend.
Yay. So, you who are now my friend.
But we'll make negotiations easier.
So, do we have a deal? I'll make you all filthy fucking rich. You get the hell out of here and leave me to finish my business.
Oh, I do not know. Last time we had a good deal of money.
Was number 7?
He's looking at you expectantly, awaiting a story.
So we're fighting these guys.
It was stolen from us in a supposedly safe place, right under their very nose.
Well, that's not really my problem, is it?
How are they grouped?
They're kind of spread out. The changelings stand directly in front of Brukelion, and remember, he's big now. He's got his hand on the shoulder of one of them, somewhat menacingly.
And his guards?
They are strategically spaced out around him. All of them have ranged weapons. They look more than crossbows. You haven't seen devices like these, but they look more akin to the captain's pistol, but larger.
So, what do you think happened to Fervent?
What? I don't know. What happened to that dithering old buffoon? Couldn't even keep good notes. You know how much shit he's caused our country? The whole world?
No.
His dumbass technology, it was so advanced, it changed everything. But the stupid shit couldn't figure out how to write a note, so no one knows how it works anymore.
No. I am studying it, and I have several books that I am learning from. Perhaps I will be successful. Or perhaps the Fervent Guards.
Yeah,
Why?
those fucking idiots.
Why do you work with the Tishira Noon?
Well, I don't particularly like them, I admit. By the
have something
way,
in common.
thank you for dispatching the two
basic
assholes in the tent. I'm glad to be rid of them.
You're welcome. How much was that worth to you?
Couldn't consider it the reason I'm even talking to you. You did me a favor. They're dead. Now I don't have to listen to them prattle on anymore.
Yeah, they're dead.
Why?
All two of them.
Why work with them if you hate them so much?
I told you, convenience. Necessity breeds strange bedfellows.
I do not.
They have
understand.
resources and information that I needed.
Oh,
I had manpower that they didn't have.
and what information did they give to you that was so important?
The location of this place, for one.
Saying Gratstube.
They helped me find this place.
And what was in it for them?
They get to benefit from, well, what I'll be able to do after I've harnessed the power of this place.
What is your goal with the Aura Mall?
What's the goal of everyone? Money! I'm gonna make those little beauties turn whatever I want into whatever. And I got a whole bunch of changelings that are gonna help me do it.
But if you take everything that's not valuable and turn it valuable, won't that just destroy the value of it?
And if I controlled all of it,
No, I think it still would. Because you're creating so much of it.
yeah, but I also control the price. So only a certain number of people can afford what I sell. And I can undercut all my competitors and then jack the prices up once they're out of the business. I monopolize everything, literally everything, until the entire world has to buy from me and only me.
We're fighting Jeff Bezos.
But you will still have to buy things from other people.
Buy things from other people.
Well, yes,
Okay, sure.
because you will need to have raw materials to make the things that you will sell.
He can just use rocks.
Why don't you
She
hold
knows
on
what's
to
going on.
rocks?
I can get rocks. I can get blades of fucking grass and turn it into whatever I want. So long as I've got enough resources to start, I can turn them into anything I want.
How did you find out about the Aura Mall?
Let's just say, I met one of your kind a while ago. He was very generous with his information.
Who?
Oh, his name doesn't matter. Doesn't even have it anymore.
Is it Captain Bob?
Can I... What does he do if I start taking a step forward?
Unless you want all of my companions here to disintegrate all of you and your companions, I'd stay right where you are.
I do
We're
not wish to
only
be
talking
disintegrated, do you?
because I want to be talking. Now, are you gonna leave us alone and fuck off in peace? Or are we gonna have to make this nasty?
Well, if we leave, then you will have no one to talk with, and you want to be talking.
I'm perfectly fine not talking to you all.
But you said that you wanted to. I do not understand. You are making an internal contradiction in your argument.
I don't like you anymore.
Well, how much money do we get?
I'll give you 100,000 gold each.
Oh,
That's like 2 Romars each.
yes. We have come to understand. We have come to understand that in the Komar Republic, unless you have at least 30 million, you have nothing at all. So 100,000 would probably not even buy us what?
Am I next to a wall?
Crap.
You're not far away from one.
Can I just set my hand on it?
Sure.
I doubt this will do anything, but I'm going to try very, very hard to picture the ceiling collapsing over where they are.
All right. Go ahead and make a wisdom check.
I can't really cast guidance
You could
here
not cast guidance without being noticed.
Yeah. Let's see. Wisdom, 22.
You feel the chamber above them beginning to splinter and start to give way. And let's see.
Try and throw a rocksfall approach here.
So do we have a deal, or do I go on without?
I'm just focusing right now.
Well, so should we go for like 150,000, 200,000, what?
Well, I do not know. We were told that unless you have at least 30 million, that it is hardly worth having. And 100,000 is much, much less than that.
Well, we can get like 150,000 and then, ask for installments of 10,000 for life every week.
Oh, perhaps every hour.
You're not in much of a negotiating position. I'm doing
disagree.
this to eliminate someone that I consider a competitor.
Who is that?
You all.
Oh,
We don't even know what you're doing.
yeah. How can we be competing with you if we do not know what you're doing?
Make a wisdom check.
16.
Your concentration is wavering. You're having a hard time keeping it up.
Well, I still think 150,000 each would be more fair.
If it'll get you to shut up and go away, fine. 150,000.
Oh, shit, it's 200,000.
You sure?
200,000!
You
Let us
know,
have an auction.
I've always hated your furry fucking feline race. I hate them. So annoying, you shed on everything, and you all sound like arrogant pricks.
I don't know who he's describing, do you know?
I do not know. Huh.
150, take it or die.
Take it or die.
Well, I don't know if I can stall them any further, so I think we should take it.
So, if we were to take the money, what is it you expect us to do?
To leave and keep your mouth shut about what you saw here.
To leave where?
This island.
Leave the whole island?
Yes.
I'm gonna try something a little easier and refocus towards just making a large spike fall out of the ceiling on where Brukillian is.
Okay.
No, 12.
You're losing your focus on it.
Alright, I'm gonna switch tacks. I'm gonna cast Entangle, I think.
So, is there a door on this room?
You're basically standing right in front of the doorway.
The opening, but is there a door?
You believe that there should be, but just like all of the doors in this place, when they're open, you don't even notice they're there. They blend right into the walls.
I'm going to cast Entangle and try and capture Brukillian and as many of his allies as I can in a 20-foot cube.
Okay. What's the save on that?
Strength 15.
Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna be rolling a few here.
We could have gotten 3 Dromars worth of gold, and now we're gonna die.
You managed to entangle 3 of his guards, but Brukillian and the others resist it and pull free. That's it. We're done. Do it! He shouts at the changelings in front of him.
We duck behind
And
the
then
doorway.
squeeze hard. You see the ceiling of this room come down and crush the 3 that you had entangled and close off the path that you had. And you are alone in the hall.
Where did they go? They dropped down?
The ceiling came down, and as far as you can tell, based on their position and where you saw this wall coming down, it crushed the 3 that you had entangled.
Because I couldn't move.
They couldn't move. And it might have been done with intent. And the passageway, I'm gonna bring this back up so you can see this. This here, that is now closed.
So basically, everything in front of us just sort of fell, and we don't know what happened.
Yeah.
So where are we? Behind that closure?
We're just north of it.
You're like, there.
Sorry, I think you pissed him off.
Yeah, well, he pissed me off.
Well, we cannot go any further through this rubble, I believe, unless I plan to dig on it for a very long time.
And we didn't bring any picks.
I do have a crowbar. We all
There's
have
like 2
crowbars.
picks over in the other room.
Yeah, but they're all banged up from
They are.
be hitting the floor.
Yes, but they don't have owner because they mysteriously died.
Yep. We have to just get deeper or further in or whatever, wherever you
So
went.
we go back and turn to the right down that other hall.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think next time we see him, we could probably get 250. But we'll bring that up.
We should at least start at a higher point. I'm beginning to understand that this negotiation thing that you try to do, this bargaining, is that if you go low and then go higher, that it does not work very well.
Well, it depends on person. If they want to kill you, no, it doesn't work.
Ah,
But he seemed pretty cool at the start.
yeah, he said that he liked us. Yeah, and then he
I
changed.
usually don't start at that point.
Ah, that is very true, Nines.
Okay.
Yes, Soria?
Nothing. Just amazed.
Yes, this place is like a maze.
Oh, God.
I'm gonna bring that back up. As you travel down that other hall, it's quite long. Many hundreds of feet, if not even thousands of feet. You feel like it could be as long as half a mile. You reach a very large chamber. In the center of this chamber, there is a pillar, smooth like a building. It's different than the walls, which are slightly rougher, and is not illuminated in any way. It is circular, this room, and has 3 additional halls out of it. One going due west, one going due east, and then one south by southeast.
Which way would you like to go?
The one that goes west may go back to where we were.
Yeah,
Perhaps we can re-enter the chamber. Would you wish to do that?
we can check. Yeah.
Yeah, let us do that.
As
I mean,
you
what would go wrong, as Nines would say? Would you say that?
down,
I would say that. What could go wrong?
Ah,
you pass by the room on your right and run into the same clear collapse. Well, it's not collapsed. Collapsed would imply that it was caved in. There's some disorder. No. There is a wall. It is as though the roof were formed downward.
Are there any footsteps that are visible around here?
No.
Let's try that little.
The dust is rather thick in this area.
Can I try that little northern passage?
Sure.
Ah, it is a little room.
It's another supply closet.
You go to this room and it's strange. There's chairs sitting in front of well, they're desks of sorts, and they have little lights that come up and illuminate areas. It's rather dark in here. I know that most of you will probably be unfamiliar with this, but if you've ever been to a judged music or judged music competition, they will have at the back of the auditorium usually desks set up, often impromptu in this case, and they will have these little panels that come up and around where the judge is seated so that other judges cannot see what they are writing and commenting, and they have little lights that come down to illuminate the desk. And they keep it at the far back as to not distract the performers too much. And the judges will sometimes even have tape recorders. So sometimes the walls are even rather high on this so that the noise doesn't distract and the tape recorders don't pick each other up. That's sort of the scene in here. There's little tables, little lights, and these small little cubbies. There's about 6 stations like that in this room.
I sit in one of the stations.
Okay. It's a fairly comfortable chair. There's a little station with a light.
Anything for me to fiddle with? Switches? Microphone?
No, nothing.
I'll look around the room for anything that seems out of place.
Make an investigation check.
Okay. 23.
Okay. Along the along the most western wall of this room, there's a little panel that you see, and it's not really illuminated, so it's easy to miss. But it looks like another one of those slots that you'd seen in the door before. And it's kind of a square surrounding it, larger than just that little slot. That slot is kind of off into the lower left of that area of this square that surrounds it.
I will inspect the slot, see if there's anything in it.
There's nothing in it, no.
Open it with your master lockpicking skills.
I will open it.
All right. Make a lockpicking check.
Okay, done. $24.
You get your lockpick in there and move some things. You get the sense that it might be progress. In theory, possibly, maybe.
I'm doing pretty good, Nines.
Good job!
I'm
You're
gonna,
murdering it!
I'm gonna keep going.
We know that you are excellent at picking
I
locks,
know.
Doria.
16.
All right, 16. You keep fiddling around. You have no idea what you're doing in here. You're pressing things. Nothing seems to be happening.
I'll keep doing guidance.
Okay.
13.
pretty similar to how it's been going.
Well, I'll use crowbar.
Okay.
Jam the crowbar into the slot.
The little tongue of it goes in and just stuck there.
Spot's working.
I'll try using willpower to open this panel by putting my hand down.
Make a wisdom check.
And guidance. Master of unlocking. Master of unlocking. Nope. 14.
You try your very best,
So I look around
but
the room.
nothing happens.
Yeah. Besides these little cubby cubicle things, what else is in the room?
Really, not much else.
I'm bored of the room. Let's go somewhere
Is
else.
there a stage? Is nothing?
I feel
No,
like
so from the orientation, all the chairs are facing the northern wall.
And it's just a wall.
It's just a wall.
I think we might need to come back
Yeah.
when we've beaten the boss and gotten the key,
And the key cards.
the red key to go. Yeah.
This could be bonus area.
We will remember these doors.
I like that you guys have all come to the conclusion that they're key cards. That's what they are. With no evidence at all that that's what these are for.
There's no evidence they're not.
We leave and go southward.
Sure.
Oh, we can't. Well, yeah. And then we
South.
turn east.
Yeah, southeast-ish.
All right. Let me. Okay, that.
The flailing. The flailing about.
The flailing.
Perhaps that was not a door either then, Zoria.
I think, well, it was a small panel. I'm sure these will all make sense later. We'll all laugh about it.
After we finally leave. What the hell was that stuff? We couldn't explore half the
It
place.
is too bad that the coins do not fit.
Yeah, I
Perhaps they
know.
would open it.
Yeah, we haven't walked past any changeling
All right.
vending machines.
As you walk down, you enter a room. And if you give me a moment, I'm gonna reveal this part here. Because this area has a sub-map to it. So I am
We're in the submarine.
What color is it?
Genoa salami. The submarine sandwich.
We probably should have taken a short rest at some point.
Or maybe
Yeah.
you had a meal.
I think I have some crab jerky at the bottom of my bag, so
I know
Underneath
you
all
have
that
some
dirty
very-
money.
You have some very bad wine.
I have a lot of very bad wine, although I used a lot of it to set fires.
Very fire weaver of us.
Yeah. Okay.
You enter a large room in the center of which, and that hallway is kind of turns into a ramp downward. You're descending into this room. And in the center of this room, there's a very large tree. This tree is like nothing you've ever seen before. It has, well, its foliage is like fine fur. And I don't mean a fir tree, I mean think of beaver. Or mink. It's long and fluffy. It's
The Tofala tree
white in hue.
from the Lorax.
It glistens a bit. It's got some iridescent qualities to the fur. And it drapes off of its large, twisting branches, not dissimilar to how a willow tree appears when it's making seeds. Towers above you all. The wood, or the bark, I should say, is neon green. It is surrounded by a circle of benches. The floor in this room is ornate, decorated with patterns and appear to be fractals. They twist and turn, growing ever smaller until the tile itself can no longer display the image.
I'll walk up to this tree,
All right.
and obviously I've never seen anything like this. Have I heard about anything like this? I don't know.
No.
Does it have any seeds or saplings or
If it
anything?
does, you don't recognize it. This is like nothing you've seen before.
What do we set it on fire?
No.
This would be, to give you an idea, if you saw a dandelion seed,
Mm-hmm.
all on its own, without context from the flower, would you have any idea what it is if no one had ever explained it to you? It's as strange as that. You have so little context to understand what you're seeing, you don't know what it is.
So, Zoria,
Mm-hmm.
do you have any idea what this is?
It's a weird tree.
We should try knocking on it.
Yes, perhaps you can touch it and see
Maybe.
if there's magic in it.
Maybe Dole knows about it.
Well, he might be busy right now.
I don't know. Let's see. Hey, Dole.
Nat 20, sure, he's awake. Yes.
Good morning / evening / midday.
It is currently the afternoon where I am.
Where are you?
I think I'm somewhere in the Fervent Wilds.
Oh, I've been there. What? That's where I live. Are you near my house?
I'm not sure. I found myself here this morning, and I don't know how I got here. I'm currently investigating what could have sent me out here so far.
Do you think you went into like a fugue state or something?
Possible, but unlikely.
So, have you ever seen a really weird tree?
Yes. I've seen many very strange trees.
How about a neon green tree with fur instead of leaves?
I've never heard of such a thing. However, it sounds like it could very well be part of the Feywild.
What, you think it's a Feywild tree?
Such things are described in the Feywild, but the Feywild is an ever-shifting area.
Since I have you on the disc, I have a question about some weird magic too. So, have you ever heard of the dragon families in the Cormer Republic?
Yes, it is a pejorative name to describe the ruling houses within the Cormer Republic.
Do you know the Ulstein Grotfells?
Unfortunately, I am familiar.
Do you know Brukelian?
The name does not ring a bell.
He's like the heir to the family or something.
Then I am sure that my lack of knowledge on his existence will irritate him.
I'll let him,
Tell him that.
I'll let him know next time we see him. We're trying to take him out right now, and he had
For food?
maybe later, but first we're probably gonna beat him up.
We do want to be friends for a little
Oh.
bit.
We were friends for
I
a
see.
little while, yes.
You
He
did
liked
not
us.
mean take him out as in the sense of a date. You meant take him out as in the sense of a mafia hit. I understand.
Yeah, we're really good at the organized crime stuff. So anyway, he has some sort of weird purpley magic where he injects things into his minions, and then he and a few others can like make them grow really big, turn furry, and like all sorts of other things. It also makes them really strong against fire and weak against cold. Have you ever heard of magic like that?
This seems to be some sort of alchemical brew.
Chemical brew. Is there a way to counteract that?
Possibly with study and observation, and with an original sample.
Original sample of what?
Based on the descriptions, I'm guessing that this is something that is either ingested or injected.
Yeah, injected.
I would need some of the original liquid,
Oh, okay.
or I suppose it could also be gaseous, although that would be far more dangerous for the consumer.
Like the general consumer?
No, the one who consumes it.
Oh, okay. Do you have any questions for John?
No.
Not at the moment.
So what part of the Furpin Wilds are you in?
I thought you were in a hurry.
I have yet to fully
Talking to them.
determine where I am, but I believe that I'm somewhere in the far north. It's quite cold where I am.
Ooh, like up near the mountains.
The trees are thinning, and I can see in the far distance the outlines of mountains, yes.
Well, if you see on Rissa, please let me know.
If I discover the mythical changeling city that's been lost since the dawn of time, I will be the first to inform you.
I'm actually inside a mythical changeling city right now.
You probably should have led with that.
That's very interesting. I would love to hear more.
Okay. Yeah.
You should call us sometime.
So it's this big magical city made out of white crystal, and it's powered by some really secret changeling stuff I can't talk about. And it lets us shape matter and change the city around with our will.
I believe that you have found an intact city made of Rysium.
Rysium? What's Rysium?
It is a material that we have discovered scattered throughout the world. Seems to be able to be manipulated specifically by changelings. We know little of it, other than it is not naturally created.
Well, I probably know how that's created actually, but all right. So, do you have any recommendations for taking out in like a organized crime, violent fashion
Not easily.
a dwarf who has used alchemical stuff to make himself really big and hairy?
I would recommend a great deal of cold and then a sturdy pair of shears.
The fur?
Yes.
Okay. I don't think. Do you have shears?
I just have cutting weapons.
Oh. And do you have cutting words knives?
So I don't think that cuts clothes though, or fur.
You wish to ask about the slots?
I doubt he'll know. Hey, have you ever encountered slots before? You know, like little like holes in the wall.
I have encountered many slots throughout my years, yes.
Okay. What do you do with those?
Occasionally, I leave things in them, sometimes for storage, sometimes for temporary storage. Occasionally, I put lamps in there. Sometimes they are meant for books. It depends on how large the slot is.
Very thin.
Tell him that they are associated with doors and hatches,
Oh, they might be tied to a door or a hatch.
like a lock.
And then I would assume that the slot has something to do with operating the door.
Okay, it's like a keyhole.
I mean, we figured that part out.
All right. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I've pretty much updated you on where I am right now.
Well, then, I shall get back to trying to figure out how I arrived here, and then arranging for my departure. And please keep me informed with your adventures. I would love to, at some point in the future, see this city that you have discovered.
Okay, it's pretty secret, so you know I'll need to like make sure you're willing to be quiet about it.
I am perfectly fine being put under the effects of a geas to ensure my secrecy.
I don't know what that means.
It will compel me on pain of death.
Oh, like a sword. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, hope to talk to you soon. Don't get frostbite. Wear gloves and a coat.
I believe I will be able to teleport myself out of here before such items are necessary. But yes, I do hope that we shall see each other soon.
Oh.
Perhaps we shall see each other next week. In the
Wait, we're ending on a dull call.
in the following episode of Dice and Dungeons, which will air on some Sunday in the future.
Go light you
2
up.
p.m.
Are you okay?
Thank you for tuning in, everyone.
What are you talking about? Wait.
Nah, we love you. See you soon.
I love you too.
Goodbye.